I can see Denise drinking something. It's
Hi, Denise.
Raffy,
They can see
you
you.
should check out.
Hello.
Raffy, you can cosplay Shao Kahn, dude.
Shao Kahn.
Yeah, from MK11 because they revived Sindel for the story, right?
Oh.
And Shao Kahn literally says, "Wife,
Wife.
come here, wife."
Anuksuna
oh
Moon.
wow.
Yun na lang. Anak sunod mo na lang.
Yeah. Dude,
That
mommy cosplay.
that would
Yeah.
you know that would kind of be a super cool Halloween costume for Raffy and
wait a second.
Denise.
You're
Raffy
halfway
as Shao
there.
Kahn
Oh, yeah.
and fucking Denise as Sindel.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I thought the mummy and Anuksuna Moon. That'd also be great.
Put it in.
That was crazy.
The
works.
Mummy,
You're
1999.
halfway there. Just
The Mummy came
don't
out
need
in
headwear.
1999. Holy shit, what a classic. I was
Yeah,
10
dude,
years old.
oh god.
Damn. Happy birthday, Raffy.
Where were you when Mummy came out?
I was.
You know, my
playing with
brain,
Dreamcast.
my brain is like still like 1999 was like 10 years ago or something. That's
I
not
get
true.
you.
That's just not true.
I super
Yeah, but
get you.
it's-
It does feel like
It feels
that.
like that
Yeah,
though,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, yeah. And like, you know how the different eras like have their unique parang aesthetic and how they look like and feel like. So you know like what the 80s looks like. You know what the 90s looks
yeah.
like. I can't ever for the life of me. What does the 2000s look like? What does
Yeah,
the
what are the
2010s?
odds?
Yeah.
Right?
What?
Right.
What
like-
does what's the millennium look like?
The millennium?
Yeah.
Millennium?
Yeah, man.
What the fuck is a millennium?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
In
Will Smith's
2000.
album.
Yeah, in 2000, Will Smith released The Millennium. One of his,
Oh, no.
one of the greatest
Is
albums
that the definitive?
of fucking God, Raffy.
Is that the? Is that the defining?
Yeah.
The defining thing for the
Yeah.
aughts, the millennium.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the most defining
All
album?
right, this
Yeah.
just
by
in.
Will
This just
Smith.
in.
Definitely.
The defining factor for the aughts is
Yeah.
Will Smith's album, The Millennium.
Yeah, man.
Everyone, get it straight. Don't get it twisted. If you were around during the aughts, it was
Yeah.
all about Will Smith.
Yeah.
And if you
Yeah.
think otherwise, you're wrong.
Yeah, Will
Got-
2K. Will
2K,
2K.
baby.
2K.
Yeah.
Will 2K
It's here and I
was the
like
thing
it.
that happened.
It's here and I like it.
Who's hosting today, boys?
It is I, the most not Will Smith fan.
Oh, fuck.
I didn't follow enough Will Smith to relate to this.
No, me neither.
Man.
That
At
joke
least,
is
at least there's someone else.
specifically
It's
specifically
that's a pretty
targeted
good
for
trade.
Raffy. Yeah.
It's a
Pretty
2
good
on 2.
trade.
Yeah,
Very-
that's a
2
good
out of
trade.
4 of
for
us
That's a
are
good
big fans
ratio.
of Will Smith.
Yeah, you got the picture. Welcome to episode 73 of the Good Trades podcast. I'm your host with the most, the cyber new type, Migoy Mendoza, being the host man. Hopefully we're getting this right. And joining me in this fine evening, afternoon, night, whatever time you're listening to this audio show that we like to put up, is the shadow bringing, 5-star pulling, Emile Tanglao.
Hello, my name is the Emile Tanglao, and I am currently operating under the normal human hours, which is very strange. I don't understand how people do this.
Dude,
Hello.
when I see the
Glad to
sun, I
be
get
here.
sleepy.
Dude, it's so weird. It's so weird. Dude, I fucking fall asleep at 10 p.m. and get up at 5:30 a.m. How do-
Yes.
well,
Your
I
true,
don't...
Your true form, old man, is showing.
It's the fucking weirdest, man. It's the fucking weirdest. I can't.
Lolo hours, pare.
Lolo
Dude,
hours.
it's the weirdest.
It's true, all of it.
Excuse me,
All
your
right.
old man is showing.
Yeah, your old man is showing. Please put it away.
No.
And that other voice you heard who brought up the old man being exposed is the man who can reach for the sky with the thighs that don't lie. Rafilanes.
Oh, I can feel it. I can feel it beneath my
Ooh.
thighs. Is that a cumulonimbus cloud?
Oh, damn.
It's getting in there. It's pretty damp. I'll tell you what. What's up, everybody?
If you had like jet propulsion, would it just come out of your thighs?
Oh yeah, dude. Like, who's that guy from My Hero where like his calves turn into rockets. That's
Yeah,
Ida on my
Ida.
thighs.
Ida.
Yeah, Ida.
They just come out of your
Yeah.
thighs.
Oh my god.
My thighs just break apart and they become rockets. But that's it. That's
fucking
all I get. That's all I get.
At least you'll have really strong kicking power, right?
Sick. Yeah. But then my calves would break apart because they're so weak.
It's not balanced.
It's not balanced. I'd have like the all might, the all for one, like thighs, just my thigh muscles.
But only in the calves.
But
Yun lang
Only
yung
in the
lalaki.
calves.
All are one.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we got the master of the nubile arts, Mr. Miguel Simpson.
Oh god. Yeah.
Get it?
that
Because he's an
happened, huh?
artist.
The nubile
happened.
arts.
That happened. Dude, you destroyed Reddit with that thing you drew.
Yes. I'm so
Yes.
proud.
Yes.
It was not
Dude,
my
You
intention.
cursed an entire subreddit.
But it
Dude,
was
like
not
with
my
my
intention.
limited knowledge of
Sorry.
FF14, even I was understanding the comments.
Wow.
Like, yes, he would totally say this, but
Yeah.
also goofy voice.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Yeah. So
Hey,
that's pretty
chat.
good.
I didn't-
that's super nice.
Yeah.
Help!
York?
What's a podcast, man?
The perfect cast.
Perfect
We are gonna
podcast.
have the
Oh
perfect
my God.
cast.
Episode
Yeah.
73, title of the show,
Hey.
The Perfect Cast.
Oh, the perfect cast. Yeah.
Right.
is
I'm in on it. I'm in on it.
We better learn that stupid dance, right?
Oh, can you imagine a fucking? Can you imagine a fucking like a fucking episode of fucking House of Mouse where Goofy just like is trying to start a podcast and he's calling it the perfect cast?
I'm in on it. I would be in on
Dude,
it.
I can imagine
100%.
it. Yeah, that's
Dude, it
something.
has to be House of Mouse though. It has
yeah,
to
of
be House
course.
of
Yeah.
Mouse.
It's something that
Yeah.
would happen in that particular scenario.
Dude,
too.
dude.
They
That'll
need to
be
bring
good.
back House of Mouse.
House of
House
Mouse.
of
Just
Mouse
Goof-
is so
it's
good. Like
it's so
Goofy could
good.
be the fucking Joe Rogan of the House of Mouse.
No,
Don't do that disservice to Goofy.
specifically
No,
not.
I don't
no,
want
yes.
Please.
Make
Oh god.
Goofy is very not
Yeah.
Joe Rogan. Please
No,
don't.
no.
Give
Like-
the fucking podcast to
not
fucking
Joe
Pete or
Rogan.
something.
Not
want
Joe
no Goofy
Rogan
in my
like
Joe
as a
Rogan
personality. Like I want him to be the #1 podcast in the world.
Yeah,
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That would be Don.
No,
His
it
podcast,
would
though.
be no. It's Migs is right. Pete would be Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
He's trying to start
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
podcast
yeah, yeah.
with Goofy, but then Goofy overthrows him because of his personality.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Right? That's exactly how that would go.
Like he took Pete's
House of
advice
Mouse.
of
Welcome
getting
to the
it
House
under
of
your
Mouse,
thumb.
gang.
Yeah.
Under your thumb, Goof.
Under your thumb.
Yeah.
Under your thumb. Who's next over here?
Oh god.
All right. So for the uninitiated, this is the show where we punch each other with stories, make a bunch of references that nobody will understand, and
Kenneth
everyone
will
takes
understand.
damage equally. Somebody will get it. This entire podcast is for someone. Who that
Yes,
someone
jokes.
is depends on you.
Yeah.
Jokes targeted at specifically one person sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes
50%
it's
of the
Raffy.
time, 100% of the time.
Sometimes
Yeah,
it's
dude.
Kenneth.
Yeah, sometimes it's us.
Sometimes
a little
it's
bit of
just
Charlie.
us.
A little bit of Charlie in there.
A little bit of Charlie
Uh-huh.
in there.
Yeah, listen.
Charlie will get
if you're-
most of it, at least.
If you're listening right now, listener, strive to be that someone. Be that someone
Yeah.
who gets us.
Be ambitious,
Yeah.
baby. Be ambitious.
Be ambitious.
Be ambitious. That's the dream.
Boys and girls.
Yeah.
Also, Guilty Gear. It's striving.
Oh,
Ah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Baby.
big
Boys
strides.
and girls and Guilty Gear, be ambitious.
Yeah, dude, it's trying.
Oh man, that Daisuke with the fucking music video these days. Fucking-
He's
Oh,
making
yeah.
all of them now, Jesus.
Yeah.
While still making the game. Amazing.
It's incredible.
All
That
right.
man.
So, the main thing is we start off with a question.
A question?
Have we actually gotten any new ones for this one?
Nah,
It's
I
been
think we could,
quiet.
we
Not
could
sure.
skip
No.
this since
Sure.
we don't have that much in line right now with the questions. The reader mail is
No,
kind
we don't have any
quiet.
new ones either.
No new ones?
No.
All right.
It's been
we
quiet.
need-
That Rizal must have been sleeping soundly this
Oh,
past
yeah.
few days.
Yeah, dude.
Normal hours
Yeah,
result is
normal
very
human
weird,
hours,
huh?
yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, he's busy because he's judging game jams.
Oh
Good on him.
yeah.
Sick.
That's
Sh-
great.
sh-
yeah.
shout outs to Shock Rizal
For him.
and the
Shout
the
outs.
Wait.
2020 Game Jam. Right?
Yeah, dude.
Is it Game Jam season?
Yeah, I
Dude,
guess.
who
like,
knows at this point?
Yeah.
I mean,
what
it
are
should be
No,
like
no, no,
early
dude.
January, right? But I think due
No,
to
dude,
pandemic
dude.
reasons.
Because for us, Game Jam season is kind of special because that's around the time where we all met, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Around
the
that
very
time.
least.
Yeah.
At least me and Emile was an actual game jam in Ateneo when we first met.
No, yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah, totally.
But like I think it's not just a one time per year thing. I believe it's a seasonal thing, and I guess whenever schedules meet up, that's when they start doing it.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's cool. So yeah, shout outs to Shakrazal. May you be restless a few nights so that you can ask us questions.
Just a little
Yep.
bit.
But it's better if you
mornings.
get your sleep.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
you know,
Enjoy that game jam. I hope you have some peanut butter to go with it.
Nice. That's a sandwich.
I
Speaking of sandwiches,
Yeah?
we're going straight to the weeks.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Are
go
we?
for it.
Okay.
Since
Go
we
for
got
it,
no
baby.
questions, it's time to
Engage.
sandwich the weeks. So, who would like to go first?
You know, these past 2 weeks have been quite a blur. So maybe I'll go first, yeah?
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
dude,
I
go
mean,
for
we're
it.
gonna overlap
Okay,
a lot
okay.
of stuff
Yeah.
with our
Yeah,
weeks.
actually.
I feel.
I feel like we're really gonna overlap. So like, the first thing, as far as like, let me get the games out of the way because it's a lot of repeats from like last week.
Yeah.
So I've been playing a lot of Hades and I've been playing a lot of Genshin Impact. Those are the only two games happening in my life right now. As in,
baby.
Hades, I pick up whenever I have a few minutes of my time to just have one quick run, like maybe a quick 15-minute, 20-minute run. I'll pick up Hades, and if I have to do some work in between that, I can just put it down because it's on my Switch. It's amazing, right? I wasn't able to watch your stream, Raffy, but you
Oh.
got to play Hades too, right?
Yes.
How was it for you?
So great. So fucking great. It's so good to play. I love everything you've said. It's all true, all of it. Yes. Like I love how ingrained the roguelike system is into the story. Like I love how the combat feels. I love how the art looks like. Like I love the characters. They're all very charming. It's just an overall fun time. Like I even ran into a problem where I can't stop playing it off stream, but I have to.
Oh yeah,
'Cause stuff is happening.
It's just really that good, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like, what do you call it? I think I've mentioned this last week already, but like Hades has turned into my new Binding of Isaac.
Yeah.
Wherein just one more run. Maybe I can build towards this. Maybe I can build towards that. Just
Yeah.
one more fucking run. And like the best part about it is because with Isaac, there's only so much as far as the lore is concerned, or as far as the story is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Like once you've gone through it once, you've seen it all, right?
Mm-hmm.
But with Hades, I've like this is what my like almost 80th run into the game.
Oh, damn.
And there's still new audio, there's still new voice lines, there's still new conversations to be had. I've hardly filled up the hearts of my people, and like there's still so much to squeeze out of this game. It's crazy how many like interactions and
Right.
voice lines there are. It's
Right.
nuts.
It's nuts. And it's nuts that like the interactions and voice lines are so self-aware. Like it's not just the volume of things that they say, it's also the context. Like
Yeah.
they'll always have like each character would have different lines for if like for example you died to Megara the last time. People will comment on that. And like if you died with a certain kind of creature, someone teases you for it like that. It really feels like the world is alive. It's great.
No, yeah, that's the absolute best part, and I
Mm.
think that's what translated best from Bastion and Transistor
Yeah,
best.
yeah.
Because like in those games, the revolutionary thing there was that the narrator would react to everything you did on screen, so everything was contextual, right?
Yep.
So like you fall off a cliff, the narrator has something to say.
Yep.
You kill someone a certain way, the
Yep.
narrator has something to say. And at the time when those games came out, everyone was like, "Yo, that's cool."
Mm-hmm.
Like people have done this before, but not to this extent.
Right.
It's like when I remember playing through Bastion and doing a little thing and being surprised that there was a voice line for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It feels like for Hades, they took that and did it times a million.
Times a
'Cause
million.
There's just voice lines for everything. It's fucking crazy.
and delivered by everyone. It's not just the narrator. Like it feels like
Yeah.
everyone knows what happened when you die. Like even
Yeah.
even Zagreus comments about it. Like even the person you just fought. Even like Hades. Even like everyone just comments on it. It's great. It really
Like
feels like, it's self-aware.
specifically Hypnos always comments on how you died, right? So like there was even a point in my playthroughs that I was trying to die in different ways to see what Hypnos had to say.
Oh, all the passive aggression, you like that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. All the
Great.
passive aggression, because I was like, yo, like, man, Hypnos is an asshole. What?
Yeah.
I wonder what he'll say if I just stand in lava.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Oh,
he has a
okay.
line for that too.
That's
yeah.
cool. That's really great. I also kind of dread that though when you're coming out of the blood pool, and just that
Yeah.
line of like that line of passive aggressiveness is like, ugh. First you get Hypnos,
Yeah.
who's like, oh, I was wondering what would happen if you just stand around when bombs went off, and then when you
Yeah, he does
when
say
you
that.
get past that, you get fucking Hades with like, he just goes, What an asshole. I
man.
hate it. And then I go straight to Achilles, who makes me feel good. And then, okay, I'm fine again. But it's always that
Yeah.
feeling of dread, like, oh, this is fucking embarrassing. They got me again.
Yeah, dude. And like you know that they got you because the devs thought about it and put a voice line in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What do you call it? It's super great, and I don't see myself stopping playing it in the foreseeable future. There's one thing I want to talk about though. Have you unlocked any of the secret aspects of the weapons yet?
No, I don't think I have. I haven't even
Okay.
unlocked all of the weapons. Because, yeah, the problem that I've been having is I've been trying to play it off stream because I just can't stop. But, like, story stuff was happening and then progression was happening. I'm getting to places that I haven't been on stream. It's like, it feels like this should be recorded somehow, some way. So I'm like, okay, I gotta put this down. I gotta save it till next week. So like in that way, I kind of limited my progress. So I don't really have all the weapons yet. I think I the latest weapon that I've gotten is the shield, which I super love. But yeah, what are the
okay.
aspects?
Okay, here. What do you call it? At a certain point, you get to unlock aspects of the weapons, and it changes up their movesets for like a bit, right? The best example I can give, I guess, would be like, for example, what do you call it? All of your weapons have an aspect of Zagreus because you're a user of that weapon, right?
Okay.
So that is their base form. But you can switch them up to have an aspect of someone else. For example, your bow can have an aspect of Chiron. Your spear can have an aspect of Achilles or something like that, right? Basically, anyone who's used this legendary weapon before can have an aspect associated to it. So it's super interesting, right?
Yeah.
And like the characters around you even comment about the aspect you're using. It's like, yo, hey there, Zagreus.
Right.
I see you're using the weapon I used to use. Super cool.
Right.
Like it's shit like that. But the secret aspects are what's interesting because it's not just people who have used that weapon in the past, but some people who will use this weapon in the future are the secret aspects.
Whoa.
It's super interesting.
cool.
It's super duper interesting. And it's
Whoa.
like just adding that extra additional lore of like, yo, this weapon, by the way, in the future, it's gonna be used by blank. Yeah. It's super
Fucking
cool.
interesting.
What do you call it? I guess I could talk about the first one because it's not that big of a spoiler.
All right.
It's the first secret aspect you get, and it's for the spear.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns your moveset into a really heavy moveset, and it lowers your life down to almost nothing.
Uh-huh.
But your charge move has lifesteal, and the
Yes.
hits you do are really heavy. It's called the aspect of Guan Yu.
Give this to me.
Yeah.
Give this to me. I
It's-
want this.
It's super duper cool. It's super duper cool. And it's like,
Cool.
Zagreus is even like, who the fuck is Guan Yu? What the fuck?
Yo.
Is this gonna be like a future cool guy?
Yeah. I didn't
yeah.
even know they had that thing.
Yeah. I'm super excited to unlock the rest of the secret aspects because I'm wondering who else could possibly have wielded or will wield these weapons. And just saying, the one for the sword, super cool. The one for the sword is super duper.
Is it
great.
Bastion Man?
No, it is. It is a Damn it!
King
There are
Arthur.
Like it's super
crossovers,
easy
right?
to spoil.
Sherlock
It's super
Holmes.
duper easy to spoil. Who has a legendary sword?
Arthur.
In
Which Arthur though?
Maybe.
It could be the Fate
Oh,
Grand
which
Order
Arthur?
one.
It
We don't
could
know.
be the lady. Who knows? But yeah,
There's also-
Hades.
Yeah.
Super duper great. Super duper.
Love
great.
it. Love that shit. It's so good.
Love it. I
Mind
came
blowing.
twice.
Yep. I've came more than once.
Yep.
More than that.
Absolutely.
Dude, I'm like,
As-
the people were like, the Aphrodite talked to me one time, gave me a fucking boon.
Yeah.
And then I progressed the story, and then Dionysus was like, "Oh, you've been talking to Aphrodite. How'd you know?"
Oh God. Yeah.
It's
Dude,
so
it's
good.
those moments.
So
It-
good.
it's those fucking moments. Like fucking Supergiant Games just knows players.
Amazing. Just freaking
They
amazing.
just understand their target market and like they know how to tickle you. You know, tickle you.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah. Right in the sweet bread.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What? Right in the sweet bread? All right.
don't worry
all
about
right. Supergiant Games, keep tickling us in the sweet bread.
Right in the sweet bread, yes, please.
As far as other games I've been playing, it's just been Hades and Genshin Impact. I haven't made too big progress in Genshin Impact, but I think I'm adventure level 29 already.
Oh.
And it's been super fun, and I think, dude, it's so hard to just like resist wishing. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you don't have Primo, then you don't really have much of a choice, don't you?
No, yeah. But like right now, I have like 2,000 Primo gems, and like a part of me is like, yo, you could wish though. You could do a
Do
10
you,
right now.
Mr. I own Venti and D-Look at the same time?
What else do you need to wish
What else
for?
do you need?
The genie from
Oh,
Aladdin?
dude.
What the fuck?
I don't
fuck?
know, man. Fucking. But like, I'm in that part of the story now where you're talking to this guy named Chongli, and like he's just an idiot with money. So my brain is just like, hey, if this guy becomes a playable character, I really wanna play him. So right now I'm trying my
Chongli
best
is
to
only-
resist.
Chongli's only a 4-star, Emile.
Dude, I don't care. He's so cool. Like I fucking love Chongli.
Sick.
I'm at that point now in my Genshin life that I'm trying my best to not spend my Primo gems, but it's really hard. It like as far as my experience in gacha games go, usually I'm super patient, but for some reason with Genshin Impact, I just really want to roll, and it's been hard to save.
Yeah, that's how they got
And
you.
I don't understand
It
why.
hey, Emile, it seems like you got. You got by the gotcha gods.
I got
Yeah. You've been
They gotcha'd
gotched.
me.
Yeah. They gotcha.
Nice.
I think out of all of us, though, you've been the one who's been playing the most, Migoy.
Oh.
Wait, to gauge this, what's y'all's adventure ranks? Because this will fucking oust whoever's played the most.
No, yeah,
I'm
I'm
at
29.
22.
I'm at 13.
I'm
Oh,
34. I'm about
whoa,
to hit
you're
World
34?
4.
Outed.
Holy
Outed.
You're
shit.
near the maximum threshold.
Yeah, y'all can't even join my sessions because my world
Oh,
rank
dude.
is too
Really?
high.
There's a wall
Yeah.
now for co- Oh, okay. That's
Because
weird.
the enemies in my world would be too strong for you to take.
Yeah.
That's why.
But can you?
I can join
go
you.
to
I can
our
join a lower
world?
level, yeah. It's just that if I need help, I need to find people who are same or stronger.
than you.
Yeah. There's that.
Interesting.
But Emile, you are actually further than me in story quests.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I just met Child, or is it
Child.
Chill Day?
Dude, who
We
knows?
will never
dude,
know.
dude, they say chill there once. The rest of the time, they say child. And I'm like so confused now.
Dude,
Where's the
like
chili?
the character himself reads his name as Child, like Child with an E at the end.
Yeah.
And then immediately in the same conversation, Paimon says Chill Day.
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
just
yeah. It's
like-
no one said chill day, Paimon.
I'm just
Maybe
gonna have
yeah,
one
just
freaking
being
chill day.
stupid. You know,
Oh,
maybe
the Paimon
she's
is
just
being
being dumb.
stupid. It's
You know-
it's very obvious that the voice direction isn't like cohesive.
Yeah, it's not.
Because
It's
like
not.
notice how many people say Liyue differently.
Yeah, dude, everyone says leeway different. Everyone
Yeah,
says leeway
someone's
different.
Right. Even
Liyue,
the residents of
someone's
Liyue
Liwa.
says different.
Someone's Lee.
Or Liye.
Lie.
Leah?
Some of them
Leeway?
struggle with the
Excuse me,
word.
what was that? Sorry.
Liye.
Lie. Oh,
Lie.
gotcha.
Lu.
That's super clear.
It's like Ryu and Ru. No! Your brother's soul is mine, Liyue.
Dude, what do you call it? Speaking of characters though, since you mentioned child, for like everyone else in this universe so far has been like super believable for me, as in like, okay, Knights of Favonius, Jean and her merry band of knights. It's like, oh, super fine. Yeah, they would totally be from Mondstadt. They would totally be hanging out like this. Yeah, sure. You have your gliding license revoked. That's super. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, super. Yeah. You guys fit in. Everyone else in Liyue, like you guys fit in. Fucking fancy Earth lady, you fit in. The fire cook lady, you fit in. Everyone fits in. But like then you look at Child, and I'm like, wow, you're just a character from Ruby. What are you doing here?
No,
Oh,
no,
that makes
not
sense
again.
because he's from Germany, Russia.
Oh.
Yeah, he's
from
from Germany,
Snezhnaya.
Russia. And like it's the weirdest thing because like I know he's not from this region and that's probably why he's standing out. But at the same time, something about his character design just makes me feel like he's from
No.
the Ruby universe.
Yeah,
makes
yeah,
sense. Yeah, his
definitely.
design
This
is
is a
very
character
Ruby.
from Ruby. Like there
Yeah.
is one. It's Ruby's dad. Ruby's dad.
Just looks like Child.
He's just
really.
He's just Child. He had the sword. No, this is a spear though. But like the kind of
The
formal wear,
Yeah.
the scarf. That's definitely Ruby's dad.
Dude,
Or
it really
godfather,
feels like a
yeah.
Ruby.
The serious black of Ruby. Yep, he's in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
that's him.
serious black of Ruby.
Yeah.
All right.
What
all
a
right.
pull.
that's him.
Okay.
We got it in there. I think that's mostly it for me for gaming. That's all the gaming I've put in because I've been so busy these past 2 weeks. As far as the busyness is concerned, I was busy with one major thing as far as work is concerned, and I was a part of the Gamescom Asia talk
Yes.
panel thing. They invited me to give a talk. It was super fun, super interesting.
Yeah.
It's weird talking in front of people, guys. I mean, I know we run a podcast, but like, it's still weird.
done this
I don't get it. I know I have. I guess it's just something you never get used to. I guess it's just odd, you know, because I feel like what's coming out of my mouth is like, yo, this is advice, and I kind of know what I'm talking about, but like, do I trust me?
I never trust me. Jesus.
That's my
You
secret,
can't trust
Cap.
anyone,
Yeah.
even yourself. But yeah, thanks to the people from Gamescom for inviting me to give a talk. It was super fun.
Nice.
Preparing for that took a bunch of my week. And that's mostly it for the work part. And as far as gaming is concerned, there is one thing I'm actually super duper excited for. And it's a thing that I haven't touched yet because I just ordered it. But I'm very, very excited because it should be arriving probably middle of next month. And basically, I purchased an Oculus Quest 2.
Oh, dude,
Yes. There's
You-
a 2? There's a sequel?
you'll be
Yeah, there's a
dude.
sequel.
He's gonna log into Quest World and leave all of us.
Oh, dude, please. Do the maze with the hand.
Yeah,
Turns
he's
into
gonna-
stone.
Oh, God.
He's gonna go hot, leave
Going
us all
hot,
behind. Yeah.
Dude, so apparently the Oculus Quest 2 is the new Oculus Quest, right? And
I'd assume so.
yeah, this is the best description. But Charlie from Contemplate has been trying to convince me to get an Oculus Quest ever since, and he's been ebbing away at my resistances of getting VR because I've always wanted VR. Like I've just been waiting for a setup or like a system that's all in one package, like something more consumer friendly, I guess. And I think that's what the Quest is. And Charlie's been trying to convince me to get it for a long time. It just so happens that when I was finally interested in getting it, they stopped producing the Quest. And when I clicked the website, I was like, yo, why are they're not selling the Quest anymore?
Oh.
Then I look at it again and I'm like, why? Why are they not selling the Quest anymore? And then they're like, oh, we're not selling this anymore, but you could buy the Quest 2.
Hey, the second one.
Yeah, the second one. And it basically just came out like last week.
Oh.
And I bought it on the day of release. So it should be getting to me like mid-November-ish. And I'm super excited.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm super looking forward to jacking into the VR world. Cause like fucking like this 7-month quarantine, I need to escape to a different world, man. I need to get into VR chat and shit.
Yep.
Yeah, all we need is to fucking escape to a new world and then log out after 15 minutes because we're dizzy. Or at least that's what VR would be to me.
Oh man.
No,
I would definitely kill for a VR experience in Squadrons for sure.
Oh, dude, yeah.
dude.
That seems like the best way to use that, too.
Yeah.
You know,
TIE Fighter.
mostly I'm just looking for fucking Beat Saber. That's my main thing.
Yeah, you want to beat that saber while jacking in, huh?
Yep.
Dude, I can't wait. I can't wait to beat that saber while jacking in. Like escaping my worries and woes in the VR world by jacking
While
it.
dancing to the beat in Lady VR Avatar, the sequel to Omoti.
Yeah. As far as games, that's it. Like Hades, Genshin Impact, excited for VR.
That does sound
Super
like a
excited
time
for VR.
Yep.
Yeah. But as far as watched media is concerned, there's only 2 things that are on my highlight list. And number 1 is The Haunting of Bly Manor. Has anyone gotten on this?
Me.
Not me. But I've seen the articles of what's that? Watch out for the 50 hidden ghosts in this season.
Oh,
That's what they do.
It's just like Haunting of Hill House.
That's
Dude,
the
same
fun
gimmick.
aspect, I guess, of watching that show.
Yeah. It's like the Where's Waldo of horror, right?
yeah.
It's like, yo, how
For
many
sure.
can you spot? But that's the thing. I noticed while watching The Haunting of Bly Manor, since I knew about The Haunting of Hill House, the whole time I was just staring at the background. And it felt super weird because I was like, these shots are nice. Like, this framing is nice, but I feel like I'm wasting my time by focusing on the background.
Yeah.
Now that I know there are ghosts in the background all the time. And they're there. I spot them. Like, me and Donna are watching this, and I'm like, you see that? You see that ghost?
What about
And
the
like,
ghost, though?
we keep fucking interrupting our watching just to pause and rewind a few seconds. Oh, look at that ghost.
Oh.
It's there in that one frame.
Big ghost.
But then after the shot reverse shot, it's gone. It's like fucking...
Oh, you see that in
Yeah.
the mirror? And now it's gone again.
Oh, they've done it again.
Yeah.
There's
Those-
someone in
Done it
the-
again.
Oh, there's someone in the car window.
But yeah, Haunting of Hill House has been very enjoyable.
Oh,
I don't know if having it set in Britain is doing something, but for some reason, everyone speaking in English accents for some reason makes it extra creepy, and I don't know why.
oh yeah.
So it's like
Child
weird
is
goth.
way creepier because English accent. Yes.
Dude, it's the absolute worst. These children are the worst.
Yeah, it's perfectly splendid. And then,
Hello, mommy.
whoa, Jesus Christ. Oh, that scared me. It was such a different
isn't this
voice.
child
Holy shit.
actor the one who does the voice of Peppa Pig?
Yes.
Really? Oh shit!
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember
yes.
seeing an
yes.
article.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell Peppa Pig sounds like.
whistling is?
Pretty
Is
much.
that it?
Man.
Is that it? Okay.
Rafi, how far in are you
Finished
in
it.
The Haunting of Bly Manor?
Finished it.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Finished-
Oh,
finished
okay.
Bly.
I finished it too.
Yeah.
And since the boys have not finished it, what I can say about that ending is that I did not expect it to go that way.
Yeah.
But I'm happy.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
So I think the best. I don't know. Is there a way to put it like without spoiling? It just
I'm
goes
okay
a
with
different direction
spoilers,
that you're not.
pero
It just
maybe-
goes a different
I'm
direction
not.
that you're
I
not
wanna see
expecting.
this.
Yeah, go see it. I know for a fact that Migoy enjoyed Haunting of Hill House so much back last year when
Yeah,
it came
and
out.
like that show had a really weak ending, I'd say. So
I will say that this ending is a lot. I can't speak to everyone, but I prefer on this one. I prefer
Nice.
this
Yeah.
ending.
that's better than the ending of
For
Haunting of
me,
Hill House
Right.
already.
for me, this ending is satisfying. But at the end of the day, I was like, okay, I didn't expect this to go this way. I really didn't expect this to go this way. I'm not sure how to feel about it. But as far as like my mood is concerned about this direction and ending, I'm happy. And like this was not the feeling I expected to get from this.
From Haunting.
Because because
Yeah.
I'm walking into this, I'm gonna be scared. I won't be able to go to the bathroom alone for a while.
Yeah,
that kind
yeah.
of shit. But the way,
Nice.
but the way this ended was like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what? I like this one.
No,
Yeah,
come on,
yeah,
that
yeah. I
was
like
a
this one. I like
Michelangelo
this one.
from Ninja Turtle sound.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I will say that how it stacks up against Haunting of Hill House, I do prefer Haunting of Hill House as a season, as a whole story, and how they structured it in that each episode of Haunting of Hill House like focused on a different character, and that's how you figure out what happened in the world. It's just following one character and looking at their story and how it lines up with the others. That was really, really cool to me when they did it last year. They don't have that this year. It's like more. It's just more traditional. It's this episode, then this episode, and then it happens here. It's a very like straightforward march through time, is what I'm
Okay.
gonna say. There, I think that's it.
Not a very straightforward march through time. Very much unlike my next topic,
Oh.
which is Lovecraft Country.
Oh yeah.
That's the other thing I've been watching. Like I'm one episode away from finishing it.
Ooh.
And as far as I'm seeing on HBO Go right now, there's like 9 episodes. I'm not sure if it's done there or there's still episodes coming out. Like I'm not sure, Migoy. Is Lovecraft Country only 9 episodes?
I actually haven't watched 8 and 9, so I need to catch up.
Okay,
I think 9 just came out, so we'll have to see.
Oh, cool. Because I'm not sure like how long this show is, but I just finished watching episode 8, and this show has been amazing. Like I
Oh, yeah.
fucking love this show. Like episode 7 threw me for a loop, and I'm like, this is some of the best media I've seen in a long time.
Oh, that high.
I'm
huh?
like,
Okay.
yeah,
Interesting,
yeah.
okay.
Wow.
Like episode 7 of Lovecraft Country, like just blew all my expectations out of the water because I'm like, yo, this is really creative, really brave. No one's done this in this manner.
Awesome.
And this amount of like love going into this like fucking series is just so fucking good. It's so fucking good. Like it just like the whole episode I was smiling ear to ear and I'm just like, yo, Peel, you did it again. Yo, Peel,
Oh, you
doing
did it
You're
again,
doing
you
it.
you beautiful son of a
You
bitch.
did it.
You fucking
I'll
did
have
it
what
again.
I'm having.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought
Oh,
Continental
man.
Breakfast Man would be such a great director?
Yeah, dude. For me, the most interesting part about Lovecraft Country, because of course you walk into it expecting eldritch beasts like the fucking unknown fucking Lovecraft shit, right?
Yep.
But usually when people think Lovecraft shit, they only think the monsters, right?
yeah.
They only think,
Yeah.
people go insane. The people go crazy. There's an asylum, Arkham stuff, blah
Yep.
blah blah. But usually in adaptations for Lovecraft shit, they just go for the monsters. It's a Cthulhu. Oh, it's a Dagon. Look at this cult of fish people. Oh, this village is racist. Watch out. But they never really go for the other aspect of Lovecraft fiction, which is magic.
Oh,
right?
really?
Full on.
No,
A
Magic,
lot of the full on magic, because a lot of the time when you do the Lovecraft thing, it's an occult thing, blah blah blah. But the Lovecraft stuff really goes into like the fetishism and like the spell casting and like the incantations, the sigils, the fucking runes and shit. Like Lovecraft was super into that because he was a big xenophobe racist man, and he was scared of anything he remotely didn't understand.
Yep.
And it's here. Like, they do not shy away from magic. They're like straight up like Necronomicon bullshit in this show, but it's not the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure how to explain it, but in Lovecraft fiction, like, characters are straight up casting spells in that fiction. And in Lovecraft country, it's there. And it's something I don't see enough in Lovecraft fiction. Probably the only place I see it done is the board games, wherein, of course, your character has spells or like there's runes or portals or shit like that you have to contend with. But usually in like a depiction of the fiction, they kind of gloss over that. And I'm glad that this fiction does not.
Gotcha. Couple of things from the chat I wanna say. Milkneer does point out that Jordan Peele was actually just the director. The
Producer.
producer.
Really?
Sorry, the producer, and it was mostly
He's
ladies
just the
running the
producer?
show.
He's not the director?
Yeah. I've looked up the various directors who've done, who've directed the different episodes. It was Jan Demange, Daniel Sackheim, Victoria Mahoney, Cheryl Dunye, Helen Shaver, Charlotte Sealing, Misha Green, Jeffrey Nachmanoff, and Nelson McCormick. Yeah, mostly ladies.
So it wasn't just Peel. It was these people.
These people.
They did it again. They did it.
The collective they. You sons of sons and daughters of. Nope.
It's
You could say that Peel hired these heroes to make the show possible.
yeah.
They've all done it.
Peel
again.
was the Gandalf to their Fellowship of the Lovecraft.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude.
You did bring about a good point in that. What I also loved about Lovecraft Country is they don't shy away from the racism. It's a big it's
Absolutely.
On
It's
one
scary.
hand, it's kind of an homage to Lovecraft fiction, but it's also a big fu to Lovecraft the man. Because it's because all the fantasy shit, the cool fantasy shit that they kind of pay tribute to is right there next to his racism, his flaws as a human being.
Right.
So it's very clearly implied that those two go hand in hand, and I like that about that. I
To the
like that
point
about
that
the show.
they when in like as early as episode 1, when the name of the protagonist dude shows up in the bookstore of his uncle, like he picks up one of the books in which the title was like using some big bad words,
Yeah.
and then the uncle goes like, "That's the bad one." He's like, "I know, but I like science fiction."
Yeah.
Why don't they really hammer it down? They're like, "Yeah, he's not a good man."
What do you call it? The other thing I'm a really big fan of when it comes to Lovecraft Country, like you're absolutely mentioning it right now, like how they don't shy away from the racism of the time.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, my favorite part about it is the representation.
Yep.
Because this really puts you in their shoes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like these are the feelings that these people had going through this shit. And it's fucking infuriating. Like you can it's so
Yes.
properly communicated how infuriating this situation is.
Yep.
And like you're just really stuck in there, and at the same time these stories that are being told usually aren't framed in this manner. It's usually framed from a fucking outside perspective. It's usually framed from a third person perspective, somebody reporting on it. But this one, you can really feel that the people who wrote this know what they're talking about and know the feeling of being the other. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And like, it just feels like such an effective piece of media of communicating, yo, this is why this sucked.
Yeah.
And it's great because
great.
you don't see that enough, number one. And number two, this does not shy away from the topic of racism, because the number one thing I hate about being about conversation these days is how we try to sidestep the topic. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, yo, we can't talk about that because it's not politically correct, or like it's a sensitive topic and shit like that. And I'm part of that belief that if you really cared about it, you don't just stop talking about it. Like, we talk about it, but under a proper context, right? It's like, you can't just not talk about racism because that's helping the system that is perpetuating racism. You have to talk about it, and you have to frame it properly. And I think Lovecraft Country does this wonderfully. And it's not just about the racism. They include so many things in Lovecraft Country about the marginalized people of the world. It's like so many things are in there that I think a lot of people who aren't used to talking about it will be made to feel uncomfortable having this in their faces. And I think more of this needs to happen in this way. For people to just, be comfortable around these topics.
And to kind of accept it also, that this was a fucked up time in, that nation's time frame. But it also did happen. They do it so well that it's borderline educational. Like, you didn't know how fucked up that place was at that time. Like, they introduced us, or at least me and Denise were introduced to the concept of sundown cities, sundown counties, which were like, if you're a person of color caught in the territory of a sundown county or a city, they're just legally allowed to arrest you.
Wow. No, not
Because
allowed.
Under the
arrest.
suspicion, not just arrest, like take you in, do stuff to you, like under the suspicion that you might have committed a crime. That's ridiculous. That's fucking absolutely ridiculous. And then we were like, that can't be fucking right. That can't have been a real thing. And then we go straight to our phones and we're like, sundown city. Oh shit! It's true.
It's fucking real, right?
Ridiculous. And the amount of times that we've paused the thing just to talk about it, like I cannot believe this. Like,
it's so great because what do you call it? Us growing up in the Philippines and shit like that, we're so far removed from that, and having a piece of media show this, like, this is what really happened. This is how it felt. And this is how it felt for the people going through it. And these are some of the key points that were happening at the time. It's so great. Like, I wish more things like this were in circulation so I could learn more about this kind of shit. It's amazing. And the other thing I want to highlight with Lovecraft Country is it does something that I don't see a lot of people pull off well.
Okay.
Which is at certain points in Lovecraft Country, there will just be footage of somebody doing something, but instead of scoring, instead of a BGM, instead of something, a speech plays over it instead. Slam poetry plays over it instead. And it's just done so well that it may not have something to do with the character right now, or like whatever's happening on screen, but thematically, what they're saying in the speech or the poetry or like the recording, the clip of whatever you're listening to is thematically related to the action on screen, and it's just so good. I don't see enough shows do this because it's such a weird thing to, like, okay, I'm about to go do something, and usually you'd hear like scoring, a montage,
right?
But instead of listening to music, you're listening to a completely different person from our reality
Yeah.
talking about a topic like about racism, about the situation at the time. And it's just a monologue, but for some reason it works so well in the scene because it's thematically tied to the action on the scene. And I fucking love that.
I haven't ran into much of those yet, but
Really?
I'm glad that they kept that going. I guess I'm still very early into the show. I'm like at episode 4, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it happens a lot.
Okay.
It happens a lot.
That's cool.
But yeah, if you
Good.
have not gotten into
on.
Lovecraft Country, get on it. It's probably one of my most favorite things this year.
Yeah.
Sick. And I guess maybe I'll leave this for a recommendation.
Oh, okay.
The next one.
Okay.
I'll leave this
All
last
right,
thing
all right.
for a rec. So I'll keep you guys like. I wonder what he's gonna wreck. But that's my week.
Is this something
Oh,
that
big
you
tease.
mentioned yesterday?
Probably, maybe.
Okay. 'Cause I've gotten it. I've downloaded it.
Oh, you
Oh.
Sick. Okay. Sick.
Nice.
Sick.
You
Sick.
download the thing and then you
let's
download
just
it.
leave it to the recommends. So.
All right.
Big
so-
tease.
leave it to the
Rex.
If you
Leave
want
it
to
to the
know,
Rex.
what that tease is about, stick until the end of the podcast.
Yeah, dude. we
Sick.
we put up some good. At least I'd like to think so that we put up some good recs at the end of the show.
I say so. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
it,
for
it
sure.
might not relate to the show at all, but you might find
But
it. interesting.
thematically, it represents the action.
Or at the very least, our interests may be in or out of the show. So yeah,
Yeah.
Totally.
I believe somebody mentioned in chat that it's one episode left for Lovecraft Country.
Oh,
So
okay.
I need
So
I need
10.
to catch up. I'm 2 episodes behind. So by the
I'm
by
gonna
the time the
watch
third
the
one comes
whole
out, hopefully I
thing.
can. Dude, it's a pretty
Cannot
fun
wait.
watch. Like it's
so
an hour per episode, but it doesn't feel draggy because the pacing is just
yeah.
that good too.
Yeah.
good. And like every episode, it's like something different, some crazy
Yeah,
new
dude.
format
Like,
or adventure. It's great.
My dissection of it is because events and episodes are so like far out. It feels like you're reading a different book with a
It feels
completely
like
different
anthology,
story, right?
But at the same time, it's still a single
does.
plot.
Diba?
Yeah,
Like, there
it
is a
does
single plot,
actually
like,
feel
half
like
of
an
the-
anthology.
Exactly. Like half of the episode is like major, overarching plot, and then second half is like something completely different. And like
It's
it's not just the events that are taking place, but like I feel like the way it's shot also is very indicative of like whatever it's trying to channel. Like I said, episode 4, it becomes like Indiana Jones, Goonies type of nonsense. And
I think the best way to explain this is it's like Lovecraft's writing. Like
Really? Okay.
all of his short stories happen in the same universe, but they're so far disconnected from each other.
I
But
see.
they all have like a similar concept. But I guess to further make it simpler, just imagine if Hardy Boys and Goosebumps were one book series. That's this.
Yeah.
Every book is a different thing, but the Hardy Boys are always there.
But in 1950s America.
Creepy.
Yeah.
No, dude,
Yeah.
that doesn't
Yeah.
do it justice because like the Hardy Boys
No,
like tend to
absolutely
solve
not.
the same a really similar premise.
No.
Oh,
This
that's
is
why I
like-
threw Goosebumps
This
in
is
there.
like fucking you're watching Indiana Jones, suddenly Star Wars, right? It's
yeah.
like
Then
I'm not
Home
even
Alone.
joking. It sort of becomes like that.
kind
Oh
of.
man.
But Harrison
man.
Ford is in all of them. Ooh.
I super get what you mean when you say like it feels like even a different genre per episode.
Yeah.
Like the way it's shot, like the lighting, like the scenes that it puts in, like it sometimes it becomes
Right.
straight up horror, sometimes it's about like monsters in the desert, in the forest and stuff like that.
Right.
Sometimes it's just ghosts.
It's never the
Sometimes
same
magic.
thing.
Yeah.
But it's
I
all
appreciate
like
it
some
about it.
weird horror, be it like
But-
classic or otherwise.
But my definitive thing right now, as far as where I'm at, episode 7 is probably one of the best pieces of media I have watched in a long
Dude,
time.
I swear, I was losing
Episode
my
7
mind.
is so
I'm
good.
excited.
the last 20 minutes.
I am very
Oh, boy.
excited.
So fucking good.
That goes places, literally. All right, so
Yeah.
that's it for you, Big E Man.
That was
Big
it
Daddy
for
E.
me.
All right.
Big
So-
M man.
There's a
Good
whole
stuff,
lot of
good
shaking.
stuff. Nice. I'm happy people are jumping on the Lovecraft Country
It's good.
because, like we mentioned before, like when when people ask us like Lovecraft Country, and we're like, we're not really seeing people talk about it in social media and all that. But I jumped
People
into
need
it
to
just
talk
because
about
I remember Jordan Peele mentioning it before, that he was working on it, and like he's made a lot of good stuff, and he's
Yeah.
also like doing the black representation really well. In addition to just having really good like products, be it movies or TV shows.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna follow this man on his random adventures and see where it goes. And then I watch it like, yo, the show's really good. Why is nobody talking about this?
Yeah, now we're talking about it.
Yeah, and I hope hopefully
we're the
more people jump on it.
tastemakers.
Because
Yeah.
Emile was right. It's also very educational because this is like, because we're literally far from America. So a lot of this we don't really see.
Yeah, we like we're only aware of it like from an auxiliary perspective, kind of, but like no one's ever talked to us about it.
Yeah.
And we, like literally, we're far away from it.
And, like our culture just escapes it because we're not really there. So,
Yeah.
so it's really like interesting, and just seeing how scary it was back in the day.
So scary. It's so scary.
I think you said that last time, Migoy, about this show, that it's not just the monsters that is scary. Like
It's the people, dude.
It's the fucking people.
It's the scariest part of that show.
And the
vampires,
their
like,
hate,
nah, they're just like little wild rabbit dogs. But
Yeah.
the white people, like, oh
the
god,
white. Jesus Christ! There's so much hate. Like they chase you down and just start shooting.
they just
Like,
start
what
shoot.
was
The fire
that
department
about?
starts shooting at
Yep.
you. Like, what would you do then, right?
No.
There's no one left to help you at that point. God,
They've
you thought you'd
exhausted
be
it.
safe,
Yeah.
and they fucking
Yeah.
bust through the fence chasing you.
At the very least, you could have counted on the fire department, but no. Who,
No,
who
they're in
else?
on it, dude.
Yeah, they're.
Though, like
It's-
their
goddamn.
response is very fast. I'll give them that.
Still, it's worse. It's worse in
Like,
this
dude, like
context.
people are just trying to grab lunch, and all of the
Diba?
city knows you're there. Like California fires all over again. Am I
It's
right?
insane for just
Man.
eating at a place. It's
Not even eating,
ridiculous.
just attempting to eat, right? Attempting to
Attempting
make
to
an
eat.
order.
and
God.
not being really told that they're not supposed to be there. Like in that like restaurant, maybe this is spoiler time, but like in that specific scenario,
It's episode
like,
1. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that specific scenario, the waiter was just basically flabbergasted that they entered, but they
Yeah.
never really made the rules clear that you're not
Yeah.
allowed in here, or like this and that, like something reason. No, he just like was just fucking. It
No,
felt like
he even
God turned
attempted
his
to take
soul.
their order, right? When they asked for
Yeah.
menus, he got it for them.
Yeah, and like just out of nowhere, they start get chased down. Like, just damn.
And I really like how they figured out that bad shit was about to happen because like
Yeah.
it's like, hey, why is the White House white? Oh, because they burned it down. They had to paint over it.
The
with
hide
whi-
the bird marks on the wall,
hide the burn marks.
which I looked
Okay.
up is actually not true. So
Really?
yeah.
Oh,
So
interesting.
don't tell people like that's why the White House is white.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's a really good
Lovecraft.
show. It's also
Really
just
good.
well produced too. So yeah, give it a watch. It's real solid. I'm gonna jump in for this because
Yeah.
I've been watching stuff that I'm sure none of you will all watch. This is my
Oh.
territory.
A tastemaker.
Going back to Japan, baby. We're going back to the
Oh.
Karate Bug Man that I love so much.
What?
Rider.
Oh.
Dude,
okay.
Kamen
Okay.
Rider. I've jumped
Okay.
back. It's been a while.
Oh.
Like this is just
man.
personal backlog that I just never got down to.
Uh-huh.
Because when
Do it,
you
do it.
watch a show that's like 50 episodes long, you're kind of good for the next few years usually.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, I stopped at the Fruit Ninjas having the Sengoku Wars.
Dude, that's a really good show to watch actually. Like that's probably one of the best
with
ones
the
out there.
dance crews.
Yeah, with the dance
yeah.
crews and suddenly everyone dies, right?
Yeah, I haven't finished that. I
Very
haven't
very
finished
Madoka Magica. Almost as if it was
Do
the
it.
same director.
that. Almost as if it was written by the Uru Butcher himself.
Yeah, man.
Right.
But yeah, I've been watching Kamen Rider Zi-O, which is the 20th anniversary for the Heisei era, and is the send-off because at that point, Japan was transitioning from Heisei to the Reiwa era. So that's a big thing for them.
yeah, that's a
And
big deal.
for Kamen Rider history, they also denote series within the eras that they were airing in. So the classic riders are known as the Showa era. And then come year 2000 onwards, it's now the Heisei era of riders. And sakto lang na, it's 20 years, so 20-year anniversary. And you all know my favorite Kamen Rider is Kamen Rider Decade, which was the 10th anniversary of Heisei. And as much as I love Kamen Rider Decade and everything about it, that's actually one of the worst Kamen Rider shows out there.
Really?
Oh, God.
Like in terms of, dude, Decade is such a stupid show. Like, it's written poorly. The rules are just kind of lazy at times. They straight up erase an ending because they stopped halfway through production and made a new one made even less sense. Sure. But this one is an anniversary show done right. And it takes the same premise of what they did with Decade, where like it's a rider that can use other riders' powers, which is like a favorite for most people in terms of superhero power tropes. Like so I'm you, but also everyone.
Heisei era.
Yeah, it's Decade 2, but it plays into like the theming even better because the inspiration for Zi-O's design is a wristwatch. So it's also time travel, and that's how he interacts with past heroes. And what everyone expected from it's a little bit of that too, but kind of expanded upon in a really good way. Pero Kamen Rider Zi-O is it's the anniversary show done right because what everyone expected from Kamen Rider Decade was, since he's tasked to destroy all the other rider worlds, is like, oh my god, he's gonna revisit all of the previous actors, and then interact with them. But what we got instead was alternate universe versions where they just shared the same surname. And most of it had nothing to do with the original premise.
Oh no, lazy.
That sounds
super lazy, and it was such a cop out too.
I mean, I even like fucking Gokaiger did better than that. They actually had ghosts of like the old actors and shit.
Yeah, like fucking the Black Ranger from Jetman who died in the show.
The Black Ranger
shows up
from
as
Jetman.
a ghost, and like that's how you do it. I think the only good crossover from Decade was when they got the actor for Kamen Rider Black to show up.
Yeah.
Which was the motivating driver for me to watch that show. But the rest of the show is kind of poopy butt, but like I still enjoyed it. Zi-O does it a bit more correctly, where it's not a full-on crossover because like actors were full-on busy doing other things. Like Forze only came in to do voiceover, but he was busy filming another show.
Is that
but they would get someone from the show to show up, which would still tie the universe in, which I would appreciate.
Man. Forza is my big favorite.
Forza doesn't show up, Emile, but they do show that weird homeroom teacher with the suspenders.
Oh, really?
So he ties up
that.
He does the snap. Then he does the fucking. We had that one student who was all about like friendship. And it looked really campy and stupid. And it was amazing.
That's sick.
And then when they do get the actual like protagonist to show up, what I appreciate about what Zi-O does is, you know how when a property, like given how long it goes, would like reference or retroactively change like what would otherwise be a throwaway thing, like how in Final Fantasy XIV, Shadowbringers brings up the reason as to why you have party members being other players, and like you wouldn't even need that to be explained because like video game, sure, right?
Yeah.
But having it explained is actually like a really nice extra touch. So when properties do that and they do that right, like I really appreciate it. So Zi-O does that where it finishes the ending of past shows and it does it in a really good way that I like. So for example, in the end of Kamen Rider Blade, it's like a lot of Rider shows are not necessarily happy endings. Unlike Power Rangers, where they just win all the time at the end.
Yep, they always win.
Kamen Rider is targeted to an older audience, like in their early teens, and like they don't shy away from death and like civilian. Like a lot of civilians die, and they don't just help them, and they magically come back to life. Like a lot of times they're just dead.
Oh god!
And because it's a personal story, they're not here to defend the world. They're just here to either beat the bad guy, defend as much as they can, or just defend their friends. It's not like the Power Rangers where like we have to save the city or else it's fucked, So at the end of Kamen Rider Blade, There was a twist where two characters were fated to clash, but if they do, and like they can't resist the urge to fight, and if they do fight and one of them wins, it basically causes a world event that will just screw everything over. Like a scenario where you can't turn it back. So what they did was one of them self-isolates himself, the protagonist himself, just so that the other guy can have a happy life. The protagonist isolates himself from the rest of the world forcibly. So it's not good for the protagonist, right? Mm-hmm. Which usually is not a scenario you come across.
He self quarantines. We know that.
Yeah, for like forever essentially, because like these characters are deemed to be immortal, right? So to prevent it from happening, they just won't fight, as try as they might. The villain rule for Zi-O is the villains are stealing rider powers from like the original source and turning them into a monster.
Damn.
Unlike, instead of just copying the power, it straight up steals it and gives it to someone else. And in the scenario for Blade, he had to bait the hero to come out to do that, which then forced the other one of the other two characters who was supposedly not ever to fight again, to show up to help. But because he transformed, the protagonist of Blade shows up and like, why did you transform? You know what would happen if you did. So now we have to fight again.
You fucked us. You
fucked
us all.
While the villains were still doing their thing. So Zi-O, what Zi-O did was, aside from fixing the current problem of their show, they managed to also at the same time resolve the conflict of the Blade series. And not only that, but also basically turn the two characters into regular human beings.
Oh,
because the twist was like one of them was a monster, and the other one, through his fighting, was becoming a monster. Like the stronger he got, the closer he got to being inhuman, and that's what led to the conflict. So not only did they fix that, they healed the characters so they can just live normal ass lives.
Oh,
and it does that a few times, and parang like it's not always great, pero like at least the shows that I like were parang like, I didn't need this to be resolved, but I like it, and it's like a little bit more believable too. So Zi-O does that, and I'm kind of digging it. And you know when shows tend to run for like an entire year, like 40-hour episode shows, that halfway through they kind of like lose the initial premise, and it feels like they're making stuff as it goes on.
Like Lost.
Oh yes, Lost. And
Yeah.
Gundam Seed Destiny for all the people who would understand that. But you know,
No,
like
they do
yeah, like
that too.
fucking, especially since you know it's still made for a younger audience, so like kids won't care about this if the writing gets bad. They just want to see the Karate Bugman do the jump kicks. So Kamen Rider is notorious for that, where like halfway through the show, it's already formulaic with Monster of the Week rules and of course consistent power-ups. But like a lot of the shows tend to like, you know, they kind of dip in quality of writing and then like sort of make it back up a little bit. But at that point, like you're already in it, so might as well finish the show. There are very few exceptions, and that's usually because they get like a good director, like for Gaim. They got the Madoka Man, so his writing is actually really good. But for Zi-O, it starts to go into that where parang they stop time traveling, because time traveling is hard to write, and the rules for this particular time traveling aren't great. Like it's very plot holy, and you're just like, sure, that works.
I can't wait for Kamen Rider Dark.
Dude, it's a kid's show. He's stealing fucking plastic toys for his power-ups. That's fine. The actor showed up. That's cool, right? They stopped doing that, and they just start interacting with characters within their present timeline. So parang I was like, it's getting there, and I'm also like, I'm at episode 25. I'm at the halfway point. This is expected. But just as I start questioning it, and I'm about to like, you know, just throw it into the wind, like suspension of disbelief, they begin to address it. Na parang like, have you noticed that like characters are showing up where they shouldn't be? Because Migs, you might have seen this Kamen Rider Kabuto. I don't know if you watched it, but
I mean,
in Kamen Rider Kabuto, the premise was an asteroid with like evil aliens destroys Shibuya by crashing into it, right? So Shibuya is just a permanent crater in Japan. Pero Gatak shows up from Kamen Rider Kabuto because they couldn't get the actual actor himself because he's like living in France or whatever the fuck, doing his cooking show on YouTube. So they get Gatak, which is, I would say, the actual true protagonist of that show because of his character development. And with him having the role to strive to be the actual hero as well. So he shows up and they start interacting with the characters of the show, and they do the fights. So like fucking as I was piecing my head together, like they're getting lazy with the writing. The character for Kamen Rider Gatak brings up like, when did they fix Shibuya? And then the character was like, it's always been here. Then he goes like, it should be destroyed.
Well,
like these monsters
there should be
you're
a
fighting
hole
came
here.
from an asteroid that destroyed Shibuya. And then fucking another thing I appreciate is it's an anniversary show, and Decade is my favorite writer. He is a very prominent side character in this show.
I would
really?
imagine because
Right,
because
like-
the fucking powers are so similar.
The powers are similar, and it plays into the story plot actually, like really heavily, and it comes in pretty late, but like the payoff seems to be really strong. And like he doesn't show up every time, like he shows up early, kind of disappears, and shows up every now and then. But he's doing his own thing, and it's playing into the part, and like his involvement is a lot heavier than I expect. So he starts telling the characters, "Nah, the universes have begun to collide, and I'm trying to look for the reason why."
There's another cat.
That was the characters figure out
Ultimatum,
like something
holy
is
shit.
happening, and it's not just time fucking up, it's merging, and it's something wrong is happening. Like characters who shouldn't be here are showing up, and like nobody notices, and it's being weird for the actual characters since they're
Cool,
aware that they're time
cool.
traveling, right?
I'm into that shit.
That's some Marvel
It's
shit.
doing that really well. Like the payoff is coming to light, and I'm really enjoying the show. I'm really happy that I know because like I heard the show was good, and I'm watching it because anniversary show, and I heard that Decade Nga was in the show. Plus the suit design is usually the main selling point for me. If I like the design, then I'm gonna give it a shot at least. So I'm really happy that the show is like actually keeping me hooked. And
Nice.
I'm guessing that's
Cool.
why I lost last week because fucking this is a full year of fucking karate bug
Oh.
men.
I guess you finally remembered because before
I guess
before
right.
we
My
were
universe is
gonna record.
colliding, and
Yeah.
Migs, you brought up the topic of like, is it just universe hopping? It's becoming that.
Oh, okay. So
And,
it gradually becomes.
It's not just time travel.
motive.
It's split timelines, parallel universes.
Oh, no.
And
Oh,
you
shit,
remember
that's tricky.
I mentioned that, like I guess this is a spoiler, but I think it's
Yeah,
fine for most
I mean,
people.
Sure.
Because the original rule I mentioned, right, was the villains will steal a previous Kamen Rider's power to make a villain, to make a monster. But what would happen is it would actively actually steal the power, making the previous rider lose his power and lose his memory of being a Kamen Rider, which would be the easy answer to write him off, right? And that would also show you the consequence na your protagonist is getting stronger, but history of riders is disappearing. And since you're actually seeing characters from the show proper, it's implied that the actual universe that you like, say if you've been watching the series, like, man, the
that-
adventures of that hero is just gone, right?
Yeah.
You've
So he
you've
is more
essentially
of an
killed the
effective
character.
Destroyer of worlds than Decade.
Yeah, he's doing the thing that Decade was supposed to do, which Decade never
shit.
actually did, is destroy the worlds.
He's a more he's a
Right?
more effective writer than Decade. Then yeah.
And Migs, this is actually playing into the story as to why, and I really like that too. And for the parts where they stop time traveling, they get the rider power, but the rider who has that power still exists. So diba, parang I was like I guess they just got lazy with erasing the power and whatnot, and sure. And then it gets explained na what's happening is you're not stealing his power. You're stealing a power of a different version of this guy
No, yeah.
from a
because
timeline
multiple
where
timelines
yeah,
exist.
like from a timeline where you didn't see. Like maybe
Yeah,
he went left instead of right, but you met this guy instead. But you took the power
Oh
of
my God.
the guy who went
This is
right.
Just Flash season 3, isn't it? Holy shit.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but it's not nearly as convoluted. So take solace in that.
Okay.
Great.
But that it's becoming that point, and characters are explaining it, and then the consequences start showing up. So I'm just getting there, and like the main thing also is that the hero rider in the future actually becomes like the worst villain and ends the legacy of Kamen Rider because he destroys them all and steals their
Damn.
powers.
Yeah.
So like it's really putting on to the point that it's the end of an era, right? Like Kamen Rider is dead because one of them destroyed everyone and is the king of time and is a big evil demon king. Like half of humanity is dead and all that.
Man.
So like people from the future go into the past are trying to prevent it. And like the guy who becomes a demon king is like a really nice guy. So we're trying to see when the transition happens, right? Because how could this guy possibly be the demon king? And then like a thing happens and it's becoming it's slowly transitioning into that. Because I'm at episode 40 of like 50. I'm getting near
Holy
the
shit.
end.
That's the only thing that I don't like about Japanese shows nowadays. Well, granted that it is because of it's a kid show, so the format is always like a 50 episode season. That's gonna go
It's a full year.
the whole year. And yeah, that would cause problems on plot when it comes to lazy writing. But yeah.
Yeah, which
I
is
think
usually
I
not
gotta
the
jump
case.
into this. I think I might
Zi-O
jump
is
into this.
like Zi-O is. I heard Zi-O was good, but it's doing it justice better than I expected it to. And of course, the last evil rider that they show is Decade, and
Oh,
Decade's
yeah,
power
for sure.
actually gets stolen. And Decade's power is I use everyone, so he's a broken villain, which is
Oh yeah,
really
that
good.
makes sense.
It's really nice. Also, there's a really funny detail that they did that I actually really liked. The 2001 show, which was the second Heisei Kamen Rider show, Kamen Rider Agito. One of the secondary riders was because of the plot of the story where the power of Kamen Rider is think of it as the X gene. You have the potential to become an evolution of man, which takes form in like Karate Bugman, which in that universe people see as like a monster or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So when the villains transform, it's the bad evolution where something wrong happens and they lose control. But one of them who has an incomplete transformation, who has control but looks like a monster, was called another Agito because he was the closest to perfection but got wrong at some point. So he shares similar design aspects but has like monster teeth and like roughed up
Oh,
armor.
that's cool. Just like Amazon.
Right, like the modern Amazon. So he was just called another Agito as his official title, right? But the villains in Zi-O are called another riders because they're twisted forms of the original. And when they finally get to the Agito segment, it's just another Agito. It's not like a new suit based on Agito into a monster. They just full on canonize another Agito as a twisted version of an existing rider. And I really like that acknowledgement of you retroactively referencing something, but just making it canon and adding more to it, like expanding upon it.
Okay, cool.
So there's that, and also in one of the previous Heisei Rider movies, like like how they expand upon the hero's final form by giving him another final form, but in a movie that happens like maybe 2 years
Oh, yeah.
after
That
when he
always
crosses over
happens.
with another show.
Yeah.
So in one of the movies for O's, Kamen Rider from the future shows up. Na parang like, his design isn't going to be a toy because his belt is really simplistic. And they just wanted to make, I guess, a design for a future rider. So early on in Zi-O, not only do they go to the past, but Kamen Riders from a future that didn't exist originally start showing up because of how they're fucking up with time. It made the potential
shit.
for a future where Kamen Riders do exist, and they start appearing in the main timeline.
Nice.
So they do that, and they return the previous Kamen Rider from the future from another movie from like 5 years ago. And I'm like, I forgot about you. And you're the same actor.
Oh,
And then he brings out
This
a
sounds-
reference from the fucking movie that he appeared in, which is the fucking boxer shorts that the protagonist of that other movie does. Like, all I need is underwear for tomorrow and I'm good. As his
God.
fucking motivator. And like, he fucking, wait, I need to hype myself up before I transform. Fucking brings out boxers and looks at it. And like, yo, this is for someone.
Oh
Like, you
man,
pulled this fucking reference from your ass from back then.
This really sounds like it's super rewarding for everyone who's
Dude.
like, followed the series. Yeah.
I made this joke to a good friend of the podcast, Chad. Nah, Chad, like as a throwaway joke when they started making like the small references. Nah, Chad, this is like the Shadowbringers of fucking Kamen Rider. They're pulling out all these things, and the show keeps going on, and I'm like, this might actually be it. Like it's doing everything. It's pulling out like fucking the most minuscule details. Like if you didn't watch the show, you wouldn't get it at all.
You know,
But if you
with
did,
how
it's
you're
the biggest
describing
thing.
it, with how you're describing it though, like I kind of understand why Forza is not in there too much. Cuz like I can't imagine him being in like a serious time travel ramifications kind of like story.
No, dude, like
You know what I mean?
the reasoning for him not being it was because he was filming another show at the time.
But like in the canon, like imagine everyone's being all serious about like the ramifications and the timelines and
he
just
just
like
wants
that.
to make
And then
friends.
Forza shows up and then like what are you about? You want to be my friend?
Let's be best friends.
You're my friend.
We'll
be best
fight, then we'll be
friends.
best
Let's go.
friends.
Yeah.
Don't forget,
Like-
Emile,
like
the
Goku.
canon for Forza is he becomes a teacher in that school afterwards.
Ah,
And he's still an
true.
idiot.
Big idiot. He's just GTO.
Yep,
Really.
he's just
God.
GTO,
Yeah, I
but
was
without
about
the
to
sex
say.
jokes.
You know, I think out of any of the Kamen Riders, the highest success chance we have of getting Raffy into Kamen Rider is actually Kamen Rider Forze.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's the closest thing to High School Musical for Kamen Rider.
Probably.
Yeah.
Also,
I've
that
heard
was
this
the
before.
year where they toned down like the dark storyline because
Yeah,
the
and-
tsunami just happened in Japan.
Yeah, so
okay.
they had to make it a fun thing.
Yeah.
And when they were thinking fun thing, okay, how do we do this? I know, American style high school, but in Japan.
Yeah, imagine Space Camp, but it's an entire school. This is
Sick.
Kamen Rider Forze. He's based
Yeah.
on a fucking like a space rocket.
Yep.
Like the white one
that's
with
the
the
guy.
cone.
Yeah. I've seen that guy before.
Yeah. He's
Dude,
a
I
rocket
really
ship.
think Raffy would dig Forza. It's my favorite Kamen Rider, but every character is an American high school trope.
Yeah,
Wow.
very much so. Like
The
a
jock.
lot of it is very
The
You're not
cheerleader.
Reggie
There's the jock,
Mandel.
there's the cheerleader.
Your Jughead
there's
character.
the nerd. Oh, dude, yeah.
not naman quite as tropey, but there's a bit of it.
Okay.
There was at least a cheerleader episode in there somewhere where they
Dude,
oust the
Kamen
girl.
Rider Meteor. Dude, Kamen Rider Meteor is like the Jughead of the series, but like the Jughead that Riverdale made.
Oh no, the
Who
who
worst
happens
one.
to
Jughead.
also be into Bruce Lee.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm really enjoying Zi-O. I can't wait to finish it. And
Nice.
That's the big time sink. That's why probably I missed fucking. I had to catch up on the Boyz 2 episodes
Yeah.
and Lovecraft
yeah,
Country.
yeah.
Like I just lost the week to this fucking karate bug man who's based on a fucking watch. It's a wristwatch. God damn it. I didn't really play much games because Genshin Impact. You know.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's the big time sink.
Genshins.
And it's becoming I'm at the point where like you're so far into the story, I haven't found the need to really progress because I've been just doing events and like the dailies because
Oh yeah.
that's the most efficient thing for me right now. And like I'm usually playing Genshin for like what, an hour? Because I've explored the map, so I can always do the story stuff once I'm out of, regular content.
Yeah, once you're out of resin, you do the story.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
if I have time to play, I'll do a story or two. But if I just have an hour to burn, I'm gonna just do my dailies and peace out. So it's become the mobile game already.
Exactly.
Granted, it takes a while, but it is there.
And granted,
And I
you're
kind
playing
of
on
hope
your
they
PC.
tweak it a bit. Yeah,
You're playing the mobile game on your PC.
right.
It
I'm
is
playing
true.
it, so it's even more efficient, right? Because I can aim
You're right.
faster.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
right.
I guess the newest media I consumed that surprisingly I've never really delved into before is I watched a Ghibli movie.
Oh,
a
really?
goblu.
First time.
Yes,
First time.
the only Ghibli movie that I guess I've seen bits and pieces of Ghibli, right? Like I can identify a
Giblets.
Ghibli from
that's what I
from
that's
other
what I
things, right?
call them, giblets.
Giblets. Yeah. Like I've never seen a
Giblets,
full like nothing more than 2 minutes straight Ghibli footage.
Yeah.
Yes,
I've
but I
seen,
think
like-
everyone has encountered giblets.
Yeah, but
for sure.
most people have at least seen a full Ghibli movie.
Yeah. Bear
I've somehow
truck or
managed to avoid any of them. I think the furthest I got
Really?
was
Huh.
my
Mononoke.
brother bringing home a VHS of Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind.
whatever. Oh.
And I remember just seeing it like, oh, the lady can fly and I can see her panties. Ugh.
No.
But I never watched it proper because it's so wordy. And you know how Ghibli has a lot of moments where there's no background music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just ambient
yeah.
noise and then characters not speaking, just actively acting things out because animation.
Mm-hmm.
And like me as a dumb kid, I'm like, where's the song? Where's the action? Where's the ganyan?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
That's me growing up as a fucking Disney child.
Yeah, dude.
And like,
High five.
I've heard things like Grave of the Fireflies will always make you cry. So
All
I'm
right.
like, whoa, what the fuck? I need to get on this.
Give it to me.
That's one I've been
fucking-
avoiding.
Yeah, and like the candy, you know, and all that, the sadness of the some of these movies. So like, what's the easiest to digest to get things started with? Like My Neighbor Totoro, that's a cute one, right?
yeah.
That can't possibly be sad.
Oh no.
So I watch it.
No.
Oh? Is it?
I watch it, dude. That movie is like adorable.
Yeah.
It is
Okay.
very
It's
adorable.
so
No sad.
feel good, and I'm like,
Oh, great.
I wish
Great,
I
great,
grew
great.
up with this instead of just
Ah.
Disney. Because this would have probably ruined me off Disney with like how
Really?
quality of a movie Totoro is.
Whoa,
And it's
that
so like
level?
it's pretty unconventional with how like just movies in general are written in Western culture. Like, you have the rising point and the falling point, the climax, blah, 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 blah. Fucking Ghibli, it's just really good pacing and like subtle world building.
Yeah.
And yun nga, like there are moments where characters don't speak, but all the emotion are based on whatever action they're doing. And it's animated so well that it convinces you that these are people.
Dope.
Like I've never seen well, maybe not never, but it's been like I can't isolate another example where a child acts like an actual child would. Like what's the name of the stupid pigtail girl in the Totoro? The cute one.
Shit, I
She's
forget.
4 years old and she acts like a 4-year-old. Like a
Yeah.
really adorable one who's not an asshole, but she'd have those moments where she's slightly unreasonable because she's 4. Like dad
Yeah,
has to go to
exactly.
work, big sister needs to go to school, kid hang out with old lady neighbor next door, and she's like,
This sucks.
yeah, like fucking big sister looks out the window and old lady and kid sister are there and kid sister's crying and like she really wanted to see you. She wouldn't stop crying until she saw you. And like, teacher, can my sister stay here for the rest of class? And fucking the kid gets happy, but then she starts fucking drawing and starts being noisy in class, and like that's how a 4-year-old would act. She wouldn't care about the people around her. She just wants to be with her
Exactly.
big sister, right?
Yeah.
So parang like it's so convincing in like the subtlety of its world. And yun nga, there's no villain in this movie.
Nope.
The main thing, like, do you mind the conflict in the Totoro story?
No, yeah, go for it.
Go for it.
So
Truck bus or
mother
whatever.
is sick and in the hospital, and she's been sick for a while, and the sisters get word of her they get a phone call. The big sister answers it, and like the message was, "Can you get this message to your father?" Because the placement of time was like maybe early automobile era, early industrial era.
Yeah.
So mga possibly like early 1900s or whatever. Before the World War II, possibly. Fucking cars are shit. Not steam powered, combustion engines, but they're still pretty shit.
1920s ganyan.
Mga ganun, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Not
Alright.
not fancy cars, like shitty trucks era
Yeah,
type
yeah.
of thing, and a lot of farmlands. So the dad is working at a university, which is like in the city, which is very far. They call the house because they live in the country. Now get this message to your father. He needs to go to the hospital as soon as he can. So of course they get the message. They try to send the message to the father via like whatever conventional means. But of course, this stresses the children out, right? Because like, oh God, what's wrong with mom? And then somebody mentions that, she has been sick a long time. Maybe that's not good. So fucking the kid overhears this outside of the door, and they just came from like, helping out in the farm. So she's holding like an ear of corn in her hand, and like as a kid, we're like, what can I do to help? Maybe this piece of food will help mom. And she fucking tries to run off to the hospital by herself, not telling anyone. So when the adults get wind of it, like, where's your sister? And everyone's like, oh shit, I thought she was with you.
Oh,
I haven't seen her all day. And like, oh God. So they start fucking scouring.
We left
through town.
Kevin at home.
Kinda, yeah. But, the kid is like not an asshole about it.
No, yeah.
So the kid tries to fucking walk all the way to the hospital. But nobody knows that. So they try to look for fucking... for her in town, and they find like a kid's slipper in like one of the ponds. So they start panicking and try to check the pond if there's anyone in there. And it takes them like an evening. And like that's the conflict. Like, mother is potentially sick, and just it's the thought, the dread of like, what if she's dying?
No, yeah.
But nobody
exactly.
says this, right? It's just all heavily implied, and like it's your mind twisting things.
Right.
Yeah.
Paranoia.
There's a weird fan theory out there that like My Neighbor Totoro is like he's supposed to represent death or something.
Yeah, I
Sure,
was about
I
to mention
can
that.
Yeah.
Or the
You could
kids are
twist it
actually
like that
dead.
because it's
Yeah, you could
vague,
totally twist it like
vague
that.
forest god magic.
Yeah, vague forest god of death magic, but
but it could just totally be good god magic.
yeah, good god magic. Why
It could go
not?
both ways. He's also very adorable and really cute and stupid.
Oh man, what do you call it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. It super surprised me that like this is your first Ghibli movie, and I think it's a great one to start on. Have you what are you considering watching next, if ever?
Because most of them are on Netflix, except for The Grave of the Fireflies.
Oh yeah,
So I'ma
I
have
haven't
to-
watched Grave of the Fireflies.
I'm gonna have to I have a copy somewhere because I've had that saved up for years. I just never watched it.
I'm actually curious.
What do you call it?
Raffy, Emile, what's your first Ghibli movie? Like, what's your first foray into Ghibli films?
Very first.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know about very first, but the most recent one
Okay.
in memory that I've watched is I think it's on Netflix right now, and it's The Cat Returns.
Oh.
Yeah. You should watch that one. It's
The Dr.
it's
Seuss.
pretty good.
This
that a
my,
Dr.
my, my
Seuss?
first.
Yeah?
Oh, wait. Yeah, sure, Raffy.
Oh no, me? My first Ghibli movie is the one that I will watch in the future after this
Okay.
podcast.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Oh God, there you go.
All
The
right.
one with a wrestling reference.
Yeah, the
Yes.
there's a
Nausicaa.
fucking
Sure.
Yeah, there's a guy called Truck Bus or whatever. What's the
Yeah.
cat truck?
The
Truck
cat
bus?
bus.
Did
Yeah.
you just say
That's-
truck bus?
Is that
Just
not
let him
the-
have it, dude. He's pulling.
Truck
Yeah.
bus.
He's pulling
Yeah.
from nothing.
Half
I
truck,
pulled-
half bus.
Yeah, I
the
was-
most adorable of creatures.
Yeah.
Truck
Truck
bus.
bus.
No, because my first, I distinctly remember my first Ghibli movie because I thought, oh, Ghibli movie, the Japanese Disney.
Yep,
So,
that's accurate.
the first title I watched was Princess Mononoke. It was not
Oh, the one
a
with the
Disney,
blood.
yeah, the one
I
with
heard
blood
about
and
that, yeah.
violence and all of the
one
gore.
with the knife on the children.
It is so good. Like that was most memorable. Yeah.
All the blood.
The one with
It
the
was
knife
so
and the
good.
children, and it's so
No,
good.
because I was not expecting it to be that mature themed or I mean it's still magical. There's
Right.
there's a sense of fantasy in it. And
Right.
like you said before, like every Ghibli movie has that weird trait where it naturally builds the lore in it.
Yeah.
And they did it masterfully. So watching Princess Mononoke without any context, like I watched it blindly the first time. I was floored because oh wow, this is good.
Oh, yeah. It's a
And-
package.
And it's not just about the princess because yeah, how Disney names their Disney movies is about the protagonist. Aladdin, Little Mermaid, The Beauty and Beast.
Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty.
Princess Mononoke introduced me to that concept of there's more than one protagonist. There's more than one thing going on, and
Interesting,
it's just like a gore, like a Gib fest full of themes and
Gib Fest.
A gory Gib fest full of blood.
Like
Yeah.
Gib Fest.
So
One Ghibli movie I've never watched, but I want to though, is one of the older ones. Laputa Castle in the Sky.
What did you
Have
say?
you guys watched that one? Laputa Castle
Puta mo
in the
rin,
Sky.
gago.
oh no,
What do you call it? Like I've always wanted to last time I was in Japan, I went to the Ghibli Museum,
yeah.
and on top of the Ghibli Museum, there's just this robot statue, and I'm like, which one is this from?
Is this
Vin
Diesel?
Yeah, it's like I have no idea which one. Like this Iron Giant, which Ghibli movie does this Iron Giant come from? And apparently, it's from Castle in the Sky, and that one's from fucking 1986.
Oh,
So
shit.
like, yeah. I want to watch that one.
Nice. I'm probably try Howl's Moving Castle next, or just straight up go into Grave of the Fireflies.
Oh god,
I skimmed it
dude.
because I had to check if the subtitles work, and I see the it's about war. So
Yeah, big war.
let's go.
Big war.
Go eviscerate me.
let's
Yes.
go.
Howl's
Let-
Moving Castle
tears
is also a weird watch for me when I first saw it because I
the
saw
title
it
itself doesn't make fucking sense.
because I watched it dubbed.
Oh god.
And
Dubbed.
the one who
Interesting.
voice acted the title character Howl is Christian Bale.
What the fuck?
It was
What?
yeah, it was a
Baby
weird
Bale?
it was a weird movie watching after the trilogy of the Nolan films went out. So
Oh god, so post Batman Bale.
yeah, I
Post-Batman.
watched it post Batman, so I know how gravely Christian Bale's voice is. He kind of does it on some parts of that movie, but at the same time,
Oh, he does the Batman gravel.
Yeah.
on some parts.
Oh god,
and
really?
Oh no.
but yeah, this is just Christian Bale. I don't know, like I guess he does voice acting, so that's something that I've never imagined him doing when I
He's
first saw
like-
this movie, and
he's
it's interesting.
Where was the truck bus going?
Truck bus.
Well, what a transformer! Sure.
Oh god.
So yeah, Raffy.
Rock
I guess if you
roll
want to
out.
check this out, you could totally check this out with the wife because most of them are on the Netflix.
Yeah.
Totoro's on
yeah.
Netflix. Totoro is like easy. That's the feel goods. You want to check that out?
Easy
Easy
watches.
watch. Easy watch.
Go with
I did
or
start Mononoke one time. It
Yeah.
caught my eye and I'm like, ooh, warrior princess. I click it and then there were some arrows and there was a pig man and then
the boar
Where's Peter Pan?
Yeah.
god.
I don't know, for some reason I just didn't continue. Like I might not have been in the mood for it. But
Yeah, I can see that. That's how I skipped Nausicaa.
oh.
Where's the action?
Tot-
Ba't tahimik?
Is Totoro the big gateway
What's that?
Ghibli?
Totoro's the
yeah,
fuzzy
that's
dude.
the easiest
with the
watch,
umbrella.
I guess.
Mm,
I mean,
it's the
Yeah, I
easiest
would
watch.
say.
Is that
I would
what's
say
it-
My Neighbor Totoro is the one that is the gateway for a lot of people.
All right, cool.
It's the one that's actually also for children.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other movie where this girl suddenly isekais into another place full of
that the
witches?
Spirited Away.
Oh,
Yeah, Spirited
Oh,
Away
I've
is
heard
also
of
good.
that too.
Nice.
That's good.
I've
tried
heard
to watch
about
That's
that
the
in
one with no
Animex.
face. That's the one with no face.
Yeah.
No
Oh,
face.
the dude
Oh,
with
that
the black
blind dude.
and the mask.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Black blob with the
Yeah.
mask. Nice.
The
Gives you candy.
Grim Adventures, but mask. Yeah.
Sure.
Is no
Grim
face
Yeah,
just
that one,
a
sure.
Jamaican?
Yeah.
By
It
It would be
CW.
great if No
Hey,
Face was
man.
Jamaican.
What do you buy?
Coco.
What are you selling?
Oh, Mandy.
Mandy.
Oh
Mandy.
god.
Where is your brother? I don't know.
You won't believe what Billy did to my cloak, Mandy.
Oh Jesus.
You
Christ.
strip crap, man.
I
Some,
forgot
some.
that Grim is Jamaican.
He's probably not even accurately Jamaican. His accent is
Or
dude,
a
Caribbean.
bit
not.
different.
He's not.
Yeah.
He's a
So,
cartoon.
so he's the Baptiste of Cartoon Network. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
No.
It doesn't.
We
In my
clearly
head,
know-
that's what Baptiste sounds like.
We
Either
clearly
that
know.
or Doomfist.
Yeah.
And I've played Baptiste.
He
Oh,
still
God.
doesn't know.
Baptiste still haunts
don't
us to
know.
this day.
Vide Basuyo. He's supposed to be like French.
God.
Fucking goddamn it.
French? He's supposed to be French?
Huh?
He's
Yeah.
not French,
Yeah.
but he
I
speaks
mean-
French. So it's extra
I
weird.
see. I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I still don't know what
So
Baptiste
anything
Cheers, love.
in your weeks? Mickey, or-
That's probably the major ones. Nothing noteworthy. I beat Starlink. Super cool.
Cool.
I
Cool.
wish that game got like more traction because it's not mind blowing, but it's like it does
fun.
more good than it does bad, and it's more involved. Given that it's a Toys to Life game. As far as new stuff goes, big Sega sale on Steam, so I bought a bunch of shit. But I've yet to play it. Sega Bass Fishing is only 39 pesos, folks.
Jesus.
It's
Buy that
big.
I could buy that with points.
Dude, Yakuza 0 is 130 pesos, man. That's
Really?
insane. It's a
Buy it,
60,
Raffy.
80 hour game.
Still? Holy shit.
Yeah,
Wait a
dude.
second. That
Do it. Check out the Sega sale. It's only until I think Monday. Also claim the free stuff while you can. This might be late for when the podcast comes out. I'm sorry.
Oh,
But
for
yeah.
sure.
That's my week. Big TV consumptions and movies.
Good shit.
That's my week, boyos. I guess I'm gonna throw this to Raffy before he can buy
Oh.
Yakuza 0.
No.
I'm gonna make
Okay, let
him
me just-
have to
Yeah.
multitask. Let's go.
Good games.
Yakuza 199. 199 pesos. It's not on sale,
Not
but
bad.
it's 199 already.
it's not on
no,
sale
no, it is
anymore?
on sale. It is on sale, sorry. Yeah, 75% off. Great.
Yeah. Bayonetta
That's
and
good.
Vanquish are also like that cheap.
Was I summoned for a week? Oh lord. Okay. What happened? Bunch of stuff. Also, another round of sad quarantine stories. Oh no.
Oh, no.
No. But this one, we've
I love how it
been,
has a theme song too.
yeah. This one is kind of uplifting because it made me laugh.
Okay.
So to follow up from the sad quarantine stories last time, I had to go to the office to get a thing, and then
Which is what
I-
happened in your last story too.
and then this is the
The
direct
real one.
aftermath of that one. Since I had to go to the office,
Right.
I went over there. It still got dizzy. It was very weird. I had to fall in line with a bunch of people for like the longest time I've ever had to in like months. Like I had to fall in line with a
Okay.
bunch of people. It was a mess because people were like, there was a thing where you had to go check the list every time the guard comes out. You had to go check if your name was on the list, right? So whenever a guard would come up, they'd all just break the line. They'd all just
Oh God.
just go, dito ka. Like, I mean, save my place here. No, you save my place here, you son of a bitch. And then it's just chaos. It's just chaos, and it felt very weird. Anyway, fast forward to my turn in line. I was told to bring a pen, and I never really understood why I'd have to bring a pen. Surely there'd be a pen there.
Mm-hmm.
And then so as I was the next up in line, I had to fill up a thing to get the thing that I needed. And the girl like shrieked. The girl at the counter just straight up shrieked because there was no pen in my hand.
Oh,
What?
No, that means it's happening
Why?
a lot on that particular day.
She was like,
What?
Ah!
You screamed? Really?
yeah. She was like afraid. Like she was very troubled that I didn't have.
What the hell?
Of,
Weird. But at the
'Cause,
same
like,
time-
and
Oh
then
my God.
I hear her mutter to her like to the person next to her like, "Yan sinasabi ko eh. Like this is what I'm talking about. They don't have pens. I told them to bring
no.
pens." And then
what a problem.
Oh my
so
God.
I was like, then she says, "That's where it starts." Oh, right. Then I saw the context. Oh, now I'd have to borrow a pen from someone there, and contact would happen. I see now. No, I'm the idiot.
Actually,
I was
Bring your own
I was
pen.
the bad.
I've
Yeah.
learned this like a month ago when I was doing adventures and paying the bills. Is that you always bring your own pen, so that
Oh, yeah.
Right.
whenever you have
Never
to
trust
write
other
something,
people to have it for you.
yeah.
Never
Exactly.
trust other people's pens.
Yeah, because-
It's
Right.
the number one leading cause of lost pens.
Yeah.
And the virus.
Yeah.
The virus.
Well,
man,
also the virus.
Yeah,
the
the,
big,
the added
big,
part
The
of the
virus,
virus.
exactly.
Yeah.
And like, especially going to malls, like you have these borrowed pens, and they have like used unused boxes, piles of pens, and I can't trust myself to use that. So
Yeah. And yeah, that's just where it starts. That's ground zero for infection. So I immediately understood, and I was immediately overwhelmed by the realization that I was the bad guy in this story. I was the villain in this one. So yeah, I borrowed a pen from the guard, who gave me a big shrug, and I do the thing. I fill out the thing, and then I finally got it. Like days of like returning to this place, like braving the outside world, I finally got the thing I needed, and then now I had to go to the bank, and now I realize I didn't have money in my wallet.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
no.
Nothing at all?
There's
How'd you pay
no
for the
way to
ride?
go home.
what is this version of
I
Raffy
booked-
that's supposed to have bug out bags?
I know.
The bug out bag has
know.
nothing in it.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I can't. I'm very embarrassed. I don't know what to say. I was not prepared. I didn't have my money in my wallet, so I'm like, I have to go to the bank, and there's no other way unless I fucking rob someone, and I don't want to do that today. So I just gotta walk, I guess, unprotected to the streets, and I'm like, okay, let's get infected, and I walk over to the bank. I walk over to the bank. I was able to deposit the thing. And then I also realized that from the bank, still don't have any money. I'm gonna have to walk home. So
Oh, God.
I've walked from the office to home in the usual walk that we do, Migoy. That far, but still it felt like even farther away because like you have a mask on and it's
hard to
really
breathe.
hot outside, and you have a face shield on because the wind didn't blow it away this time. You had like the hoodie on, and a funny thing happens when you get winded and you have a face mask on. It gets hard to breathe. Are you? Do you,
No, yeah,
Are you- do you-
I'm totally with you. I'm totally with you.
This
here.
is mind blowing that I realized this. I'm like,
Right.
This is why the Americans are
Oh, dude.
complaining about masks.
They're so angry about having to wear a mask. Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Unreal. Also, like, I guess add to the fact that since we're indoors a lot, just the lack of general exercise.
Yeah,
adds to
that one too. My body isn't accustomed to that walk because
Dude,
like me
yeah.
and Migoy walk that ish from office to Shaw, like real
that used to
easy.
be
Like
normal.
we'd be shooting the shit, we'd be having laughs along the way, and it'd be nothing. This time I had to like take a break, like in the middle of the park somewhere. Like it was our body is not accustomed to being outside anymore. So it was pretty sad, and there was a big risk of infection. But the gods, just like in Hades, like shone down and gave me a boon in the form of two people who were walking right in front of me with his face shield. One of the dudes, his face shield was angled like to
Okay.
the,
Up.
Okay, I know.
Nice.
he had
This-
it
we
up
know where
like
this is going.
a welder's mask.
Yeah, yeah.
I told the story on stream. He had it up like a welder's mask,
Right.
and the guy next to him checks him and says like, "Yo, would you put your face shield down, bro?" And the guy just says, "What if the virus comes from up there?" It was way funnier in Filipino. So people who don't understand
yeah.
Filipino, this is this is what they say. That this is the translation, but in Filipino, it's like, paano kung manggaling sa taas yung virus? And I just had a hearty chuckle, and I'm like, huh, everything will be all right.
Oh,
If he's still alive, I surely can survive.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
The
What
biggest
is-
brain.
Yeah. Big brain. That's like, what if you use 1,000 of your IQ?
100% of your brain.
What 100? He was
No.
limitlessing. It's true though. Like, what if someone like spits on you from the overpass? Then what do you do? Nothing. That guy had the anti-air.
Yeah, dude.
Thinking ahead, dude. He saw the future.
Yeah. We should strive to be that guy. Be ambitious like that guy. Yeah, that's it. Sad quarantine story with a happy little thing in the end. The things that we got on with this week is, dude, we ain't talk about the boys yet. The boys.
Yeah, actually.
We ain't talk about the
Boys.
boys yet. But
finale.
Season 2 is done, baby.
season 2 is done.
Yeah.
Is done. The finale.
How, Migoy, have you caught up? Or did you still...
Yes.
You,
No,
okay.
I'm done. We've had a conversation earlier about
Right,
this.
you're right. What was that? I thought that was part of the weeks you lost, but you have already caught up. So we're all good with the boys. What do you think?
Yeah, we're all caught up.
What did you think?
It was great, and I just want more.
I didn't
just want to find
expect-
out more now.
I didn't expect that ending. I didn't expect that reveal. That was great.
I too did not expect
Oh,
that
yeah.
reveal, and it just makes me want to know more now.
Yeah.
We have looked this up. Season 3 has been confirmed.
Yeah.
yes.
So hopefully things play out.
There were rumors that it's not gonna get a new season because it was canceled, but it's actually a bunch of hodgepodge. It's nothing.
Yeah.
There is a season 3 coming out. It's been confirmed.
Man,
so
Homelander
I'm
probably
very
tweeted
interested.
that out, the cancellation.
Yeah.
No.
For sure.
All right, Raffy. So are we going to get
Things-
into this again like what we
Maybe.
were talking about earlier?
Maybe, kinda.
Because, before we found out that season 3 was a thing,
Yeah.
like, you notice how happy this second season ended?
Yeah.
Almost as if the show was over.
You could say
Kind
that. Like,
of.
it did
Almost.
have like a
It's
proper
weird.
It had that,
ending.
the happy montage, like
Yeah.
MM fucking
gets
runs
to-
to his
it's
daughter as
Everyone's
the camera
doing
pans,
their thing.
Right.
happy music plays, people walk out in slow motion,
Yeah.
right? Like up until the
Um,
actual final thing, you'd think that it was over, right? Because they killed the big bad, and like it seems that the primary motivation for most of the cast is kind of at least dissipated a little bit,
Yeah.
Mhm.
It seems way too happy for the boys.
right?
Right?
Things turned out mostly okay, not completely.
I mean, except for
Mostly
Butcher, but yeah, mostly. Most of them
I
had
guess
the happy
Butcher
ending.
learned the thing, diba? And
Yeah,
there
for
was
sure.
that really nice line drop from the kid.
Mhm. Yeah.
No, I was talking about this to Raffy earlier. You know that final fight scene when the evil lady shows up.
Yeah. Girls get it
There's
on.
there's this thing I have a problem with. It's mostly like it's more noticeable in live action shows than it is on like animated shows, but it very much is present in animated shows too. Is when there is clearly a character that is vastly stronger than anyone else in the room, and you've seen him literally kill people before you can blink,
Right.
and yet when faced against protagonists, he never seems to do it.
They pulled the punches, yeah.
Yeah, he fucking sandbags somehow just so that the heroes can have a chance to somehow win, survive, come back, fight another day, continue the story until they burn it to the ground. What you know? Because we've seen how strong Stormfront can be, and yet against normal people, she doesn't really throw the first punch. Or
Yeah.
like when she does an attack, they'll somehow
That
dodge
is weird. That
actual
is weird.
lightning. You know,
Right.
something that is the speed of light, they can somehow dodge roll it
Yeah.
and blow up an RPG behind them, and the impact
Still
doesn't
alive.
hurt anyone.
Yeah,
Fucking
dude.
flip a car, they just get up, no scratches whatsoever.
Yeah.
That
Plot armor
part
is
was
very
weird now that you
strong.
mention it. Big plot armor on that last bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like given how tense the first season was with all this, like fucking the example I brought up was, remember how tense that one situation where Homelander was checking out Frenchie's van?
Yep.
Yeah,
Like,
that
we
one was
had
pretty
no
tense.
idea that he couldn't see through it.
Yeah.
We were just getting a hint of it. But like Homelander was sizing them up, and it was like fucking the scariest thing ever, because he can literally kill one dude, and maybe you can explain with the super hearing, know that Butcher was even right behind the corner. But then the convenience of the trap that they set actually worked, but you're still like very tense. Now, what if super hearing happens and he comes back?
Right.
Like the threat of Homelander being in a room was scary.
Yep.
But somehow in that final episode, that wasn't really present,
Yeah.
except for the jobber dudes that he killed, which was going to happen.
Yeah.
But when he's in a room with main characters, like, nah, nobody's going to die here. Nah, I can smell it,
I
Like,
guess
maybe
so.
one, but not really. And when it doesn't happen, like, oh, how did they get away scot-free? Like, God. And that's kind of disappointing, at least for me now. Like, the fight was fine. Like, they kicked the shit out of the Nazi lady.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
I love how, like, on the subject of the fight, I love how ugly that fight is.
Oh yeah,
It's
it's
not a
not
super-
like superhero at all.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
They're just
Scrappy.
throwing
It's fucking scrappy.
haymakers. It's
Big scrappy fight.
It feels like a bar fight at times, with them just stomping at the Nazi
Oh yeah,
lady.
it feels like a wrestling
Yeah,
match.
like,
Actually,
Great.
it looks like
I
a
think
wrestling
we're
match.
pretty clear naman with at this point. We're okay talking about, like, at least not major plot spoilers, but
Yeah,
events. So like the fight was kind of scrappy. People were just doing super moves as best they could until like Maeve shows up, who actually knows how to do a fist fight, and then it swings into their favor. And like,
Yeah.
that would happen, right? In a real ass fight, the guy who knows how to throw a punch will
Yeah.
like immediately, like fix a bar fight. Fucking. So that,
No,
I really dig that.
They actually still do the stomping, even with Maeve.
Yeah, but she
Yeah.
gets like
No,
a
but-
really clean hit in, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
Like
also
she
like,
gets to jump
comparing
on the lady who can shoot lightning. Yeah, go ahead.
also comparing the fighting ability of Maeve and Stormfront. Like you could probably imagine that. Yeah, you could probably dodge Stormfront's lightning bolts if you know that her move is telegraphed. Like if you know that like in a fighter's perspective or in Maeve's perspective or someone who knows how to fight, like you could probably see a mile away if Stormfront's gonna hurl a lightning bolt, and you could probably dodge that, given
Maybe.
that
Right,
added
right.
plot armor. But yeah, that's something
could
that
also be
Maeve
na-
has an advantage of.
Right. It could also be that since they're already super strong, it could be the excuse that they don't need to fully practice their powers.
Yeah,
To at least
and
refine it
they're-
to be combat ready, since they stomp on everyone.
And they're
So, like,
superheroes. Like, they
maybe-
have that
Right.
prerogative to not be too lethal.
Right. Like
Right.
how Superman and Man of Steel are. Man of Steel, tama yung movie niya, no? Na
Right.
he fights Zod and shit, and he doesn't know
Yeah,
how to
yeah.
fucking fight
Right.
compared
just-
to
just
the
rage.
soldiers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he would just like fly and then hopefully throw a big punch. So it could be that too, where her control of precise lightning wasn't as well refined. She just throws it forward and hope it hits, and that's why she couldn't like hold her own against like a punch against Maeve or whatnot. So it could be that too. Like since they're physically strong, they don't need to resist act like weak old humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pero yun nga, like the plot armor was just really thick for the heroes. Because we got to see them in the next season.
Yeah.
I think what I liked about the fight in general was that on top of it being ugly, what that being ugly actually meant in the universe, because these are just normal people, normal people given powers, and the fight really felt like they were just normal people in a scrap. Like if you were if you met up in the street and you had to tangle, like that's what it would look like. People just kicking, stomping. I just really like that about it. It looked really messy. No flips, no choreographed
All right.
big moves, no drop kicks or whatever. It's just like really real type of fighting. I'd say
It's not pretty, yeah.
it's not pretty, and it looked normal, like normal but stronger. That's it. That's all you got. No one's like flipping all over the place like Black Widow. Like apart from a few like powers being slung, That's basically all you got. It's more the kind of because I've seen these kinds of videos. Like, I don't know how I've seen them, but they've been recommended on Facebook something while I'm scrolling through the videos.
What?
Like, I've seen
Okay.
people like,
It
yeah,
happens.
I don't know,
Yeah.
it happens. Like, I've seen videos of like people on Snapchat getting into a fight, like over something, like ladies getting into a fight, and this is how
Oh,
they do it.
yeah.
Like, they drag the hair and then
It's
they
not
kick him on the
yeah, they
ground.
just tug on each other's hair a
It's-
lot and
it's-
scratch.
It's inelegant, and that's what I love about it so much. And they were cursing her too, like, "Nazi bitch, Nazi bitch," bam, 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 bam. And then the zoom out. My favorite part is the zoom out of
Oh, yeah.
them, like they were throwing
Curb stomping,
haymakers. Yeah, and then the zoom out of the visual of just the three of them just kicking this lady,
Kicking this lady.
and then it goes to Frenchie and say, "Huh, girls do get it done." Fucking
Yeah, I
love it.
think like even though this show is like very tone heavy, you still have to have that suspension of disbelief because it's still like at the end of it, it's a comic book superhero thing, right? So like even though these essentially terrorists are trying to kill superheroes, fucking Huey still doesn't know how to shoot a gun,
Yeah.
and they bring him on missions that involve guns.
Yeah,
So
why?
you have to think about that too. Like how are these people not dead? Just fucking trip their way through their adventure. And like it's still entertaining, but there are moments na parang like, what am I watching sometimes?
I hope, yeah.
There's-
I hope they do move away from the plot armory bits. Like, it felt very
bit.
obvious. It felt very
Make it
obvious
even
this
more
season.
scrappy.
Because that's what I liked
gross.
about last season, and how the last season ended with Homelander like killing, like, essentially his only anchor to the world, the only
Oh,
person
yeah.
he cares about. Like, and he did it like with the snap of his fingers, like in a drop of a hat. He just ended.
Yeah, with a
The
straight
person's life.
face, right?
Yeah. And he did, like, it was very threatening, and I hope that's like the direction they kind of harken back to. Like, because I've heard that this next season's gonna be like Homelander's gonna be like a homicidal maniac. Like, he's shooting for the likes of that.
Homicide lander.
Homicide Lander. But what did you think about the big reveal at the end? Because
I didn't saw it coming. I didn't see it coming.
No,
Yeah?
yeah, like just to bring it up, because me and Rafi also had a conversation about this.
Yeah.
They seem to hint to a lot of things, but none of them really paid off for this season. So when I saw how pretty, at least to me, like what I would call like a closed ending of a season finale was, like, me not knowing that season 3 was confirmed, right?
Right.
Because to me it looked like if the show didn't get a third season, this looks like a pretty definitive ending that would leave most people satisfied, I'd say. But
Gotcha.
like all the allusions to the church and the fresca and
the Fresca thing.
that didn't
like,
play off, right? Like we don't
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
like what happened to Red Archer. He
does
disappeared
the
off
church
screen.
just really like Fresca?
I
What's
think
going
that's
on?
Maybe.
Or is there
their
something in it,
marketing
right?
thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
But is
I
it
don't
just
think
a
there's
marketing
something
thing,
in
or
the
is it
Fresca.
Yeah, I
something
think
more
it's-
sinister?
Nah, I don't think it's something sinister. It's just a marketing ploy lang talaga.
No,
I
but
feel like-
How
Gus
they get
Fring
you.
skipped out on the Fresca. That's why
Yeah.
he wasn't
Oh.
under their thumb.
The way
Yeah.
they focus on it too is a bit parang there's got to be something.
There
Or
is.
if
Fresca.
it's just
There's gotta
Fresca,
be.
I want someone to say it. Like it's just a marketing thing. I want that confirmation at least.
You need closure for
for-
that plot point.
Right for the part where the heads explode,
No.
right?
Right.
So there's a
Spoilers.
thing that happens.
If anyone doesn't, we're still gonna
No.
say it. If
No,
you guys
there's
don't want to
actually
see
a-
this,
Right.
we-
Don't
we've said it
forget
this
that
screen.
this was actually alluded to a bit earlier
Mm-hmm.
in the second season when the FBI lady just beefs it out of nowhere.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
she
yeah.
just beefs it
Right.
instantly.
But that happens like a bit too far back that you kind of forget that happens.
Mm-hmm.
So you see the source of that, but parang and like you see bits of it, but you don't see any particular hint of a goal.
yeah,
So
it
I-
feels weird.
Right? I don't know the motivation of whatever it is they're setting up, and that's why
Okay,
I'm
what's going on
hooked
there?
on it.
I had a theory about this when I kind of digested it. Like, I also related this to Migoy. that earlier, my wife's being funny on camera.
Okay.
Nice.
That I think the way I read that whole reveal was that it feels like Vought is controlling both sides of the argument for and against Soups.
That's what it is. Like
Right.
like that lady is the inside man on the opposing side. So
Yeah, and I think that's a very devious part of their plans because they want to control the opposition as well as what they're doing themselves. So it feels like a very Order 66 situation where they're controlling the droids and the clones at the same time. And something about that feels very devious because you can see this in their motivations in like putting Starfront into the 7. And what did did I say Starfront? Stormfront.
You fused them.
Yeah, Stormfront, putting Stormfront into the 7. And what does she immediately do when she gets in there? She's like taking the whole thing down. She's like reading protests, being like protesting Vought and all that stuff. But at the same time, she's also the head of their like superhuman movement, supervillain movement, and creating super soups and stuff like that. Yeah. So it seems like she's still under the employ of Vought, but in public, she's speaking out against Vought. So it something about that really feels like very devious to me. That no, we're gonna control everything. Nothing's gonna oppose us except ourselves. That's crazy.
That's basically what Vought's plan is. Yeah, to control everything.
Yeah, how I got to here was that when the senator lady talks to the church person, Church Tony Stark, whatever.
Church Tony Stark.
He does look like Tony Stark.
A little bit.
Tony Stark was was coming forward to the senator to give up Vought, basically going to sell out Vought, right?
Yeah.
And then she locks in the deal, but then passes by his apartment and fucking zaps him. Dead. So I feel like, Senator Lady is working for Vought and is controlling the other side. Because no one else is on the other side of Vought that we've seen apart from the Boyz. No significant,
and it's
power
also
is on
funny
the other
now
side.
that Huey is actually working for this particular
Right.
center. So
That's why I
that's
feel like-
basically the boy, and also the boy is actually gonna work for her. So that's basically,
Yeah.
they're
gonna be
being
the
used
Jedi.
now. Yeah,
Yeah, they're gonna be the Jedi trapped between the two things. And they're gonna get wrecked.
sure.
I
Gonna be
feel
the
like
solid
that's,
snakes.
that's what it was. At first, like I never really put it together, but I'm like, what does all these twisty turny reveals mean, and why is it so happy? And then when I realized that, oh no, it's not too happy for Huey because he's gonna be working for a villain now, and he's gonna be
absolutely.
right under her thumb, and that's what I got from it. I think.
I actually
Like,
read.
that's all there, but like I think there's no parang big end goal in sight for the villains, which is why like parang sure they're controlling things, but they've already kind of controlled most of the
They've been
media.
controlling things from the start.
Yeah, from the start. Like they were just playing it the wrong way by gaining popularity points, pero they were still the biggest superpower in America already, right?
Right.
And then they got into the military too. So there's that.
So it's like the status quo hasn't changed
Right.
at all.
So parang like
Yeah,
if
I
they
think-
hinted that there was a bigger picture that they wanted to actually grab, then maybe. Like
The-
because otherwise then like, oh, they're still in control. They're still evil. What's new?
I think the bigger
That's my
picture is
only
that
thing.
they've been trying to get the military into their. I mean, they're trying to get their
Heroes
compound
in the
V
military.
into the military. That's like their end goal, is that they wanted
Just
their
regular
product.
old world domination.
Not really, but
military power?
they wanted their product to be everywhere because they are a pharmaceutical company at first. So that's their
Yeah.
big end goal, is
And
that
it's just business.
now that we have the military and what's that other organization that Bob mentioned on that episode, where first they're gonna go with the military, then they're gonna go with the other organization. So basically, they have soups. They're gonna have soups everywhere, and that's the thing. Like
monopolized soups. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
basically monopoly. It's a very big pharma thing that they're doing in the show. So it's something that's devious.
Yeah,
And
but
it's just
they-
greed.
Like if it's monopolizing soups, that's also what they've been doing from the start.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
they made
Right,
the thing.
right.
Diba? So like if it really is just what Gus Fring from Breaking Bad said, it's just business. Like to me
Yeah,
that's kind
it
of a
is.
little boring because the goal is just business and like okay, your goal is to get richer and own everything.
Yeah, that's basically
But you're
the thing. Like,
already rich and kind of own everything.
not I mean, they still have that urge to control, but at the same time, like
Right.
Vought is not the only villain in the show. Like you still have that wild card which is Homelander, and that's something that is very different compared to Vought because he has his own personal agenda. So that's something that they're
Right.
gonna play, I guess, in the third
Yeah,
season.
like apparently like third season is going to be Homelander and
Yeah,
he is kind of going crazy. So I would like to see that. But also
Because
parang no, like there's still no opposing party that can counter him,
Yeah. Yep.
which is like to me like they have to make something. But since there's nothing yet, parang like I don't see the bigger picture playing out well.
I see.
Like yun nga parang like if there is nothing, if there ends up being nothing, which I hope it's not. Like it might
hope there
be
is.
like fucking remember how Oberyn Martell died in Game of
Oh.
Thrones?
yeah.
Where he was built up to be the biggest, strongest hero man.
Oh.
And he gets his face squeezed in like a tomato.
Yeah,
Because he
that's-
played with his food.
That's just JJ
I kind of
Martin.
don't. I really hope that's not what we get. I hope there's another Superman or like I want
mean,
like a superpower or at least a fight, like a
let's just
not like
say
just a boring intense
if we're gonna base this on the comics, don't get your expectations
your hopes up.
set up. Yeah, because it's
right.
It's
but
different.
like apparently this is also doing something different from it.
Yeah.
yeah,
People are
but
saying this is better than the comics. So
Absolutely.
there are things in season 2 that I'm seeing that there's hinting at something, and I'm thinking, oh, they're gonna go with that one. So that's something
Yeah,
to look
like-
forward to in season 3. So
hopefully the payoff is nice because they're planting seeds, but I don't think they've planted like cleverly enough to entice people, or at least entice me. Nah, parang like, oh, you planted the seeds. Are you gonna tease me a little bit more? What? Nothing.
You gonna water those seeds, bud?
You gonna
No?
just a little bit, get them moist? What?
Some-
Nothing.
take a shit
Oh, the
on
season's
it so
over?
they can fertilize
What?
Oh.
soil.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Sure.
We'll see those
fucking
seeds later. I
Butcher
guess.
has no primary motivation because
Oh,
what's
no,
he gonna do
you're right.
now? Oh,
No.
Okay.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
see, there's
They
that.
wrapped
Like
up
the
the
heroes
more
look like they're
motivation.
done. That was my
Yeah.
thing. Like even I'm like, okay, nobody has any motivation to do anything anymore. Sure, Huey's with the lady, but he doesn't know that, and he sounds like he's done with it too.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
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 I guess,
No,
unless
no,
the opening of the next season is something fucking major, which I hope,
I hope
it is.
so.
Like I hope it's as major as fucking somebody running through his girlfriend.
I'd hope we just start off the next season in media res and Homelander's lost his shit.
Yeah, that would be
Maybe-
like
yeah.
everything is just on fire, and we're recapping.
Yeah.
That could be it.
Maybe
Like,
we'll
something
just
big.
see Maeve's flying head off at the first shot. That's
Could be.
oh, wow.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something
Or
big
something
needs
like
to
that.
happen at the beginning of the next season.
Ew, that'd be fucking scary though. But
But at least this season
I'm-
too, yeah. Like you guys are right. Like this feels like they've made the proper ending, expecting
It
that
felt a
there
bit too
will be
definitive.
no season
Yeah.
3. So, I mean, it's fine. But at the
Yeah,
same
it
time, it kind of falls short when it comes to expecting things on the next season. So
Right.
yeah.
because what else, right?
Yeah,
Where is
like,
it gonna go still?
Where do we go now? I don't see. Like, sure, there's a bad guy, but I don't know what they really want to do. So,
Right. I think. No, yeah, you're right. Hearing it out loud right now again, makes me realize that they did wrap up more than I initially
Diba?
thought. Like
Parang
there's
it's a bit too definitive.
yeah,
for the most
like
part.
all the character motivations are kind of resolved because like
Yeah.
gets to go to his family. Frenchie's kind of happy with the female. Huey's detaching from the boys. Butler got his son, I guess. And then
Yeah,
there's no also
Butler has Butcher.
Butcher. Sorry,
Butcher has learned.
Butler.
Butcher matured,
Mm-hmm.
and he found his wife.
Mm-hmm.
So what's he gonna do next?
Yeah. Well,
His
yeah,
dad has
there's just
cancer.
nothing
Big
else.
whoop.
Yeah, I don't care.
We only met him for like 5 minutes.
Man, that was such
Yeah.
a
everyone seems pretty.
that was such a
done.
nothing scene for me.
yeah, like he
Like
hates
they
his
didn't
family.
have to
Big
show
deal.
up his dad.
Yeah.
You know, You know what? One of my
And-
favorite scenes on the last 2 episodes, and it's something that I actually want to talk about, is Ryan. Like,
Mhm.
I was laughing my ass off when we learned that Ryan is making Lego movies out of movies that his mom
Oh.
likes.
Oh, dude.
And that
Yeah, that was
scene
actually really
of,
nice.
of the blind sign was so
yeah.
hilarious because it's just it's a shot for shot
It's
recreation
shot for
of that
shot
of that moment, and it was laughing.
in Lego.
Yeah, in Lego.
This
And
is
form.
your
because that's the
quarterback.
only form of media he knows.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he's not allowed to go on the internet.
Mhm.
Man.
when
What a
when
kid.
Stormfront talks to him, he's like, Do you like other things that other kids like? NBA 2K? Oh no. Am I the bad guy?
Man, Stormfront.
No,
Stormfront
that
is
means she
su-
studied what's popular.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all.
But at the
She
same
had
time,
to,
she's
Riba.
fucking
I'm-
dropping some Nazi shit in Ryan, like that white.
Oh, yeah, the
Uh,
fake fucking white supremacy thing.
Yeah, Jesus
Oh, yeah,
Christ!
holy
When I saw it,
shit.
when I heard
Dude.
it, I cringed, and even Homelander
Holy
cringed at
knobbers.
Yeah,
like,
dude,
what the
that's
fuck are
the
you
best
saying?
part. Homeland's like, what the fuck?
Mhm.
Because he knows it's
What are you
bullshit.
saying?
Yeah.
But yeah,
He had
Dang.
no idea, dude. He didn't know.
I am kind of disappointed that they killed Stormfront because I feel like she had more to
we
go.
didn't know if he is
Shit.
dead. If she is dead, she's still alive.
Yeah,
and
but
she
like
was-
everyone is treating her as if she's dead, so I guess she's dead.
I don't know.
It's not
Like
very
they're hinting
clear.
that she's being kept. At least that's what
But
I'm.
they didn't
seeing
show
in
it,
the episode.
right? They didn't
Yeah,
show
and
like
that's-
somebody
that's the
fucking
thing.
picking her up.
That's the hook, I guess.
You
That's
are
the
right.
tease.
That's the lack of the hook.
That's
That
the
is-
that's,
yeah.
that's the finger wag. You know, that's finger wag.
What
You get
finger
it?
wag? There was no finger.
There was just a line.
There
just
was on the
lying
left
limp in
side,
the
yeah.
water.
Yeah, there's
it
a
was
line.
just the
line
fishing
tug.
line in the water.
It felt like there was supposed to be like little hints and hooks, but they just forgot to put them in.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, yo, what happened to
Stormfront?
Stormfront? And they're all happy. Like, I guess she's dead. I guess they just left her
we
in the
don't know.
forest without
She
limbs.
is speaking German. I don't know.
Speaking this crazy German lady.
Yeah.
Rapid healing, am I right? It'll grow back. God damn it.
So yeah, we don't know what the future is. We hope it's good though. I
Hope it's
do
good.
trust the
Fun
boys in
romp.
giving us something good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
A-Train's
they-
back, baby. It's back
They
in
have
season.
delivered it. he can trace the city in 3 hours or something.
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, the boys. Though, I really hope they have something good for us because they've been delivering so far, and it's been one of my favorite series.
Yep.
Uh,
It was just
yeah,
that last bit long that threw me a bit off. But other than that, it's a good time.
Yeah. God, yeah. I still do have one more thing, but I think I'll just leave that as a rec. So find out later what that one more
Okay.
thing is. I think
Okay.
I'll just end my segment with the usual. Ow!
Whoa! What's the hold up?
Flexing like a mouse.
What is going
I
on?
changed it up.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. Whatever. I don't know. I changed it up. I tried something and it didn't work. Shut up.
Oh my god.
This one's coming from
Barbecue.
Community.
Barbecue.
La-
Oh shit!
Oh,
Okay.
Community.
Barbecue. Oh no. Oh dude, we haven't talked about barbecue. We all watched it. Anyway, Community. Our girl Shirley. This one's just coming up fast and quick and fast, like hot and fast. Shirley just goes, "Why you name your child Megan? You stocking up for a bitch shortage?"
Whoa! Oh shit! Wow!
Shots fired against Megan.
Oh my god.
Well,
To all the Megans out there, we're
mean.
very sorry.
yeah, very sorry. I'm sure you are
We didn't
pretty
write it.
okay. We didn't write it. Take
Yeah.
it up with Harmon.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's it.
He was
That's
going
why.
through a divorce.
Yeah.
So
So shut your
I guess
fucking mouth,
it's-
Megan.
I guess it's up to me to end the weeks,
the
and
day.
I'm just
Yes.
gonna keep this short. For games, it's the same. I haven't played that much
Games.
except for Final Fantasy 14. For
Laptop's still dead, huh?
yeah, laptop's still dead. I mean, PC is still dead. For the shows, and it's something that we've kind of watched, like all of us, and it's the American Barbecue Showdown.
What a
So-
savior.
Yeah.
What a save.
So that is
the Rutledge Cinematic Universe.
yeah, dude. What will he do next? That's the most
can't
important
wait.
question. Can't wait for
Mhm.
a new baking show, or I don't know, like a Big Brother type Rutledge show. That would be nice.
A Big
But yeah,
Brother
like-
Rutledge show. Uh-huh.
American Barbecue Showdown? Jesus Christ, dude. Like, I was not expecting to enjoy it that much that I've watched it 3 times already during the 2 weeks.
Three
What
times?
the fuck?
Because I
What?
was
You
just
rewatched it?
watching it in the
Wait a
background
second.
while working. So
Oh my god.
it's so good, man. Show me the meat. So it was great. It was such. I think if I'm gonna borrow something from Emile, from Emile's quotes, it's just wacky racist, but it's barbecue.
It's just
So
reruns in
it's
the morning.
it's just wacky racist, but barbecue. You got all of these eccentric characters, these goofy but interesting characters that you gotta root for, and some you
Yeah,
kind of don't like, but in the end, wow, what a character!
She brings
Like,
it up. Yeah.
She brought it.
takes it up.
Yeah, especially like
Yeah, she brought it.
Tina. Tina is the one who
Yeah,
Tina.
Tina.
That was something
actually, Tina
unexpected.
went from
Faced her.
nervous wreck to like awesome.
Yeah,
real quick.
she was always a nerve wreck. It was wow. It paid off. Like she knows what. Like she was such a Melissa Mark. Like she was such a Melissa simp.
Yeah.
To the point that she's tugging Melissa's strings, right? So every time,
yeah.
like every
Yeah.
episode, she has a high score out of her, out of the things she grills or smokes. So yeah, that's something that
she freaking typecast Melissa so well, and Melissa falls
It's
for
like-
it.
yeah.
Melissa loves wine,
like-
and then it just cuts to like her dumping an entire bottle of wine into the seafood.
Oh god.
Melissa loves wine.
and then cut to Melissa and that other pitmaster saying, "Oh, this meat, it soaks up a lot of flavor if you're not too careful." And then you cut to Tina pouring the whole bottle out of that fish.
It's like glug 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 glug.
I had a good laugh.
It's so
at that.
good. Like Tina's tactics reminded me of my own when I tried to enter this college photography contest. I think you remember this, Miggy, because you were also there. And one of the judges is a big Star Wars mark. So what I did
God.
was I shot the
Oh,
photo of
God.
Yoda, and it won.
Oh,
so
God.
I was
Bias is really
laughing.
showing.
I was laughing my ass off because this will get her. And then it happened.
Just
It
profile the
worked.
judges. That's how you win.
Yeah.
Successfully typecast. Holy
But
shit.
yeah, Jesus Christ, this show has a lot of fucking quotes that you can just whip out early. Like, yeah. I mean, the fucking show me the meat. Let's start
Show me the meat.
smoking. Do it for Big Worm. Like, who's
Get to
that
smoking,
other
yo.
pitmaster? Fucking
Bloodso.
Bloodso.
Eric.
Bloodso
not
is
Eric.
Bloodso is a treat,
yeah.
dude. Like everything he
Mike
says is
Bloodso
so quotable.
amazing.
Like the
Yeah.
brisket is really what got me when he describes briskets.
Yeah.
because it has that that jiggle and wiggle. It has that bounce to the ounce, and that was I was it was such a fucking joy to watch, and but yeah,
The bounce to the
it's fun.
ounce.
Like
And
I don't know why I've watched
love
that 3
the-
times. Jesus Christ.
it's good. I'd say like it. I've watched it like 1.5 times because I was also just keeping it in the background. It's just a good, fun, light show.
It's such a
with a
feel
lot
good
of heart.
contest. Like I don't get that at reality shows or cooking contests. But this is just something like the final table. Yeah, serious, very meticulous,
Yeah.
very artistic. But this is just we're just watching these friends do their barbecue at the Sunday porch or whatever, and it works. Like I like it. It's very watchable. Like I know
Yeah.
it sounds so South. And that might turn off a lot of people. I know we have friends that got turned off, but
We did.
when they powered through the second episode, they were hooked. They were doing it for
It's
Big
so
Worm.
good, dude. Like,
Yeah.
like probably the only sad part about watching it for me is watching Grubs
Aw.
just keep at it with
Oh,
the
yeah.
bad sausage.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
the
sausage is my
sausage.
thing.
Sausage
was
is
the-
my forte, and then Melissa's like, "Sausage is your
No,
forte."
it ain't. No, it ain't.
Yeah, I was disappointed by Grubs on that Wild Game
Yeah.
episode because he's saying, "Oh, this is
Yeah.
my game." Wild Game.
Yeah.
I've done this before, and then he was dead last.
Yeah, dude.
Dead
It was
last,
such a.
beefed it. I don't know.
He's such a character.
Grubs.
That's something.
Yeah, no, Grubs just doesn't know what he's good at.
Yeah.
And
He's-
Grubs
he's just too
has like
confident.
I think he's too confident. He overlooks the details. He just forgets. Like the first dish he cooked, he forgot the seasoning. He seasoned
Yeah.
for him and not the judges. And then
Also,
the
that
second he
sandwich
put dark
episode?
chocolate instead of white instead
Oh,
of
yeah,
milk
that-
chocolate, he put dark chocolate.
That was his fuck up.
It's just
Like he could
Yeah,
have said
the
dark
details,
chocolate
man.
instead,
yeah.
but he doubled down on him. Oh no, this is milk chocolate. Okay.
But man, Ashley though, Ashley is only about 2 things:
Yeah.
Big Worm and giving up.
Yep. Oh god.
Dude, I love that
It took
episode.
the whole
I love
cast
that
to actually
episode.
motivate him to just finish his damn alligator.
And my
But
man,
like-
my
but
man,
like-
my man Rashid in
like,
there
I
for the
felt-
win. Save.
Dude, I felt so bad for like Ashley though, because like by the end of it, he's given up so much that like when the team challenge arrives, he's like, what do you want to do, Ashley? I don't know, whatever you want to do. It's like
Yeah.
he's not making any more decisions,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like, wow, okay,
he was
he's given up.
drained. Yeah.
Right.
The rise and
I
fall
think
of
also
Ash.
what made me laugh at that part was like when Ashley was giving up, he was just like cursing the heavens and he's saying like, "This is a barbecue competition.
Yeah.
They're asking me to cook raccoon. This is a barbecue competition."
Oh god.
It's so
Yeah.
hard. And then my man Rashid, good guy
Oh,
Rashid. What did he do?
That
What did
guy-
he do? Ashley was breaking down inside. What did Rashid do? Come in there.
Oh, Rashid picked him up. He's like, oh,
What would Big
fucking
Worm do,
no
baby?
man left behind. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do it. Just some really big bro lifting
Yeah.
up. It was
Some
great.
big
and it was
Caribbean
successful.
spirits.
Man.
I really like
Love Rashid.
that by the end of it, Tina was catching on to Rashid's MO.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He typecasted
Yeah,
Rashid
because
so
around the
hard
end of
in
it, it's
that
like,
episode.
oh, Mister, I've never done this before.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. You keep saying you've never done this before, and then you knock it out of the park. That's kind of suspect.
There are 2
It's like-
people who actually caught up to Rashid's
Yeah.
MO. The other one was
Yeah.
Georgia.
who's that? Yeah, Georgia.
Georgia.
Like
yeah.
with Mr. That's the same thing he said to Rashid. Like, I've never done this before, but why are you doing it so good? And, oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
To be fair,
Okay.
he is really good. Like he thinks his way out of situations. He uses
was nuts,
science
dude.
to cook. It's great.
Oh, dude,
he made a fucking
signs
created
the way
a
out of
convection
everything.
oven on the
Right?
ground.
It's insane. And he was even like being mindful of the rules of like, no, they had these at the time. Like they had banana leaves, these. They could have totally made this. Just fuck.
Yeah. I'm gonna soak this burlap.
What a
God.
character. I wish he won.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
money
for
was
sure.
totally on Rashid.
But I could understand why the other contestant won. But yeah, props to Rashid
Yeah.
though. Like,
Yeah,
he's going places for sure.
But
He
yeah,
don't
if
places.
you want to find out who won, maybe watch
Yeah.
this
Finish
barbecue.
it.
haven't-
It's just
we
it's
haven't
just
spoiled it
8
yet, Emma.
episodes of feel good food
Good.
and
Feel good.
yeah.
Dude, when Migs talked about this and he said like it's basically a cartoon, I was like, how? Because like my fucking standard for cooking shows on Netflix is fucking like Final Table, right?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And
Or at-
then you meet
Or at
Shotgun, then
least,
it all
like-
makes sense.
Yeah, or at least like something like you've seen with the fucking Gordon Ramsay, right? Where it's like
Exactly.
real fucking cooking, and then like you fucking see Shotgun and like this is just a cartoon character.
Yeah,
I just
it's
wanna
like,
have fun.
Wow, dude, it feels like they hired Shotgun. Like Shotgun feels like a plant.
Dude,
Shotgun
yeah.
feels like he
I
doesn't
swear,
know
he's
how to
hamming it up
barbecue.
so fucking much.
It reminds me of chocolate
Shotgun
mousse
feels like
in-
the man who like read a barbecue manual over the weekend,
Jeez.
but like was told to stay in this Mr. T character for the whole.
Dude, he probably had like an earpiece and the producers were telling him to do stuff.
Yeah. Now,
yeah, it's
now
like-
say Hulk smash and drink this whole bottle of beer.
It's not just him, man. Like he's the most like animated out of all of them, but everyone
Yeah.
else is like this
Everyone.
weird fucking cartoon and like
Yeah.
these can't be real people, man.
only
fuck?
only grubs
Yeah.
can barbecue.
Oh
Only
yeah,
grubs
dude.
can
some grub
barbecue.
slaw.
Fucking
Grub
branding
slaw.
of
Some grub slaw.
Some
Grub
grub.
slaw. Some grubecue.
You're
all
not
for big
explaining
worm.
what that is, Grub.
I think my personal favorite
We don't know what
is
that
Boatwright because he's
Boatwright.
relatable. Like he only works the grill, but when it comes to the sides, he can't do shit. Because
Yeah,
the
sides
wife is
his
doing
weakness. His one weakness,
Yeah.
the sides. My
And
wife
there's
usually
Tony.
does that.
There's one episode where he's just singing to the meat, and it was so
Yeah.
gold. It was golden.
he had bars on that meat. He threw bars on that meat.
Yeah.
I love that
So, yeah.
when he gets outed that he doesn't make sides. The very next episodes he just makes a salad. The easiest side you can do. Just put the veggies. There it is. Whatever.
Yeah.
coleslaw.
Oh
I
man,
think
yeah.
out of
Yeah.
all of this,
That's,
I think the best thing about this show is like the genuine friendship that everyone has had with everyone. Like there's no
Exactly.
cutthroat competition here. Like everyone's tasting each other's dishes, like picking
Yeah.
them up when they're down. Like it really feels like they're genuinely like friends. They made friends during this whole endeavor, and not just the contestants, even the judges too. The judges and the contestants. By the end, my man Mike Bloodsoe is fucking crying when he had to eliminate Ashley. He was fighting back tears.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
Right?
god, yeah.
And then my favorite Bloodsaw moment, I think, was when he was being served. Rashid kind of underserved them. Like he didn't have a lot
That
of
much
portions
sauce on
on
the meat?
what he served. I think so.
Okay.
No, it was chicken. He didn't have much chicken, and he was like, "Oh, you just." Bloodsaw was like, "Just put some more chicken on that bad boy next time," and then he just gives a sly fist bump to Rashid. What a judge!
Totally unbiased.
What a judge! Yeah, totally unbiased. Love that man. Love
Yeah,
this fucking show. So
that's
good.
most of my 2-week work week background.
I'll mention one
Three
last
times.
thing about fucking American Barbecue Showdown.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
You know how Emile says that Netflix subs are the worst?
Oh yeah, sometimes they shortcut
the
it.
dude, fucking sometimes the subtitles in this show give up.
Yeah,
Like, as early as episode 1, like the two judges were like whispering, and it goes like, "That looks like a," and then the subtitle is like, "That looks like dot 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 open close parenthesis inaudible.
Whisper.
Inaudible.
Inaudible. Yeah.
But I'm like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
they just give up, dude.
Yeah.
Straight up gave up. Like, why?
That's fine.
Yeah. That
It's the
that,
sound.
that
I
happens to a lot of shows nowadays. I don't know.
Just
They better step up
fucking
their
give up
their
the
subtitles
worst.
game. Netflix. Holy
No,
shit.
that means they're outsourcing to companies. Because I've
Yeah.
heard
Yeah.
how these things are made.
Yeah.
One of them is in Pasig.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting.
It's like a copyright job essentially.
My friend's sister works at the captions place.
Like,
Right. And like the team
transcoding
that
or
does the
something?
descriptions are different from the ones that do subtitles.
Mm.
That's why like
I
you
see.
can see some really outrageous like summaries and descriptions because somebody
Mm.
was just having a blast.
Yeah.
Man, what is that job like though? At the
Man.
captions place?
Wala
That
lang.
sounds
It's
fun.
entertaining pero wala lang.
Is it? What if you get saddled with a bad show?
You still
Oh, you
gotta
could
do
shit
it.
on it, I guess. Yeah.
Like
I mean, you can do
Emily in
research to learn,
Paris.
pero- Yeah,
Like
like,
in
they end up
like,
having
was
to
that
watch some of
Emily in Paris. You can just say that.
Yeah.
She has nice clothes. That's it.
it. Is
That's
this a
it.
good show? Oh, she has nice clothes.
She has nice clothes. Yes, that's
That's
basically
nice.
what my wife. That's
Mm-hmm.
basically the one thing I'm getting from my wife when I ask. I'm like,
Right,
"Yo,
right.
is this Emily in Paris thing any good? Her clothes are good." No, that's not a question. Is it? Is it nice? Her clothes are nice.
Yeah.
Okay, Paris is nice. Okay, I think I got my answer.
So yeah, other than American Barbecue Showdown, I could probably end my weeks for this episode with one more show, and that is Star Trek Picard, and it's something that I didn't expect watching. And
Where is this on again?
This is in Prime Video. That's the
It's
thing.
Amazon
It's an
Prime.
Amazon Prime Video.
I've heard
And-
things.
Star Trek Picard is a Star Trek show starring your favorite Next Generation captain, Jean-Luc Picard, played by
Hey,
Professor X. What Patrick Stewart? Yeah,
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart. Yeah. And I have no expectations going into this show. I was just expecting that this is gonna be another Star Trek show with an old character, so it's gonna look like a Star Trek show, like Star Trek Discovery. Like that's my threshold right now of a decent Star Trek show. But wow, first of all, this isn't a Star Trek show that much as it is an adventure or an RPG like show. Like it feels like a role playing game show. I don't know. Like the basic plot is that Picard, who is old and already retired, has met this android who is related to Data, and suddenly this android is being chased by Romulans, and it's one of those alien baddies. So the goal is to bring this girl home, while trying to solve this mystery of why the Romulans are tracking down this girl, why this girl is important, and so forth. And it's cool because first Picard, who isn't in Starfleet anymore, tries to go get a crew. So he tries to hire like this scrappy pilot who's also ex Starfleet. He tries to gather up some other strangers, and then he builds this crew. And then he went into another planet. He gets a Romulan who's like a warrior type martial artist. So it's like an adventure from planets to planets. It doesn't feel like a Star Trek story. It's more of like a
Really?
like a grand adventure starring Picard.
Okay.
And it's nice. Like it has a lot of callbacks to other characters in the show, like in Next Generation or in Voyager. Like Seven of Nines appeared in the show. Riker appeared in the
Jerry
show.
Ryan?
Yeah, Jerry
Fucking
Ryan's
Riker's
there.
in the show? Yo.
Yeah.
Is this the
It's-
Kamen Rider Zi-O of Star Trek?
No, not really, but
Get all
No,
the old
nope.
actors in.
I could say that this is what you could say this is like the final chapter of Picard, because yeah, he's old, but at the same time this kind of adventure is something that isn't supposed to be grand, but at the same time it's still interesting to like experience.
Okay.
And yeah, it kind of answers, well, not answers, but it kind of has callbacks to other shows and other things in Star Trek, like
Right.
like Seven of Nine's there, so suddenly the Borg cube is also here and stuff
Of
like
course.
that. It's interesting. So, and the finale is great. It has a lot of touching moments,
Oh, shit. It's done.
and
Okay.
it's done so far. I'm not sure if there's going to be a season 2. I hope it is, but at the same time, I'm good with this ending at season 1, and that basically led me to actually rewatch a lot of Next Generation. So now I'm watching Star Trek Next Generation.
That's a
on
lot
Netflix.
of show.
That's 9 seasons of that's 9 24-episode seasons of Star Trek.
That's of old
And-
Star Trek.
Yeah, of old Star Trek, but it's not as old as the first one, which is good.
Of course,
I mean,
dude.
the
The original one is kind of a mess
yeah, like
because
this
it's old.
this Star Trek series is kind of okay because I grew up on this, like it, but not the show. I mean, I grew up on the Next Generation movies, which is weirder because
Yeah,
that's where I know
it's not
Picard,
wrong.
like in Star Trek Generations, and it's fun seeing like old classic Riker and LaForge and Worf and stuff like that. And then
Worf, right?
and then you get like, and you notice characters that you haven't noticed before, like for example the security cadet, which is this short-haired woman who is all hot. And then in one episode, like early on, there's this episode where there's like this disease that spreads inside the ship, inside the Enterprise, that makes you horny and all party like, and then you die.
Of course.
It's such a classic
What?
Star Trek trope, but they made it in Star Trek Generation, and it's okay. Like these actors are actually beautiful
Oh,
and
man.
actually funny.
Oh my god.
And then they even
That's
made
like-
Data horny, and it's fucking okay. Sure.
Oh my god.
How
Oh,
you
did
made
it.
Data horny? Also, this has got to be like the worst like version of the pandemic if ever it happens.
Oh,
like
God.
imagine if the pandemic made you horny first before killing you.
That's
Yeah.
literally like a plot
mean-
point in a hentai.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's
Not wrong.
it's really it's really a joy to watch the old show somewhat. And then yeah, I kind of noticed it. I know, like, you guys know the Big Bang Theory, like the classic comedy show.
They make
Big
fun
Bang.
of Star Trek
They
a
make
lot.
fun of
Bazanga.
who's that Star Trek actor there?
See the dude who
Wheatley?
does the board game shows. Josh
Whedon?
Whedon?
Will Whedon?
Will Whedon.
Yeah.
Will Wheaton.
Will
Whedon.
Whedon is there in the Next Generation, and God,
Yup.
his character is such a shitty kid. The first
He is the
episode,
kid character.
the first episode I saw, like, what was that? Wesley. He was, oh jeez, this kid is so annoying, and I hope he died.
Oh, Jesus
I
Lord.
hope he died in the show because he's just
No.
like he's like he's so smart, and he's just a kid. Like he's like a, I don't know, like I don't like his character that much because he's too good. And like on some episodes he is the answer, like he's the Deus Ex Machina of one episode.
Oh,
and
God.
geez, it's
Okay.
such a, you know what, maybe this boy has the answers, and he did, and wow, okay, that goes on for like a couple episodes or maybe more if I'm gonna continue the show. But yeah, like Wexler is just or whatever her character his character name is just annoying. But yeah, that's my week. I don't want
Hey.
to go
Nice.
divulge into any other Star Trek shows because I did watch the third season premiere of Discovery, but it's okay. I can do that next
I need to
episode.
catch up on Discovery.
Yeah, it's good. So yeah, that leads us to the good Rex. The Gonna Wreck It.
Yes, Migs. It is I, the host,
Yeah.
who is supposed to transition into Rex. Quiet you. And Emile is asleep.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not asleep.
No. Let the old man sleep. No,
The
don't
old
wake,
man-
wake up, old man Emile.
Oh god.
Dude, we had a classmate
Alright.
in high school who fell asleep in the AV room while we were watching some fucking science video.
Oh, I
Yeah.
could understand
And
that.
then we were like, we should leave him here quietly. And even
Oh,
our
yeah.
teachers like, oh, tara. Fucking,
I
he
had-
ran in 20 minutes later in a panic because there was no one in the room.
I had a blockmate who had used 100% of his brain.
Oh shit!
And,
Wow. Limitless.
We were watching a presentation or whatever that took like an hour, and in such presentations the teacher would sleep. I mean, the teacher would sit at the very back, and my friend, he slept next to the teacher.
Oh god!
Nice.
Smart.
He leaned in on the teacher and slept. They would never find him. Like he was hiding in plain sight. Amazing.
Nice, very good. I'll kick off the Rex because
Kick it off.
if you know the history of the trades where everyone has fallen to a food coma at least once,
Okay.
Alright.
they disappear for
Yeah.
like a straight span of 9 to 12 hours.
I've seen it
Yeah,
happen.
usually
yeah.
a full day.
Usually also on podcast day. It's happened to all of us at least once.
Hey,
I
that time
found
I was
the
trying
newest.
to beat Dark Souls.
I'd say I found the newest and possibly the strongest candidate for this.
Oh.
And actually, officially, it's not even out yet.
Oh shit.
But
Whoa.
Grab Food was offering an early access to
What the
this,
hell?
like for
Early access food?
Yeah,
Early
I was
access.
talking about
Okay.
the Popeyes U.S. spicy chicken sandwich.
Hey.
Oh, that sounds sick. I've seen the ads, but the ads I saw told me they were sold out. So I was like, why are you telling me this?
Yeah.
Because that's how popular it is, dude. You got to get on it.
God.
And like I'm a fan of their quarter chicken sandwich already. Like I'd say that's one of the, if you're going for fast food, that's one of like the best tier chicken sandwiches you can probably find. But this is just like leagues better than that because imagine the fucking the sandwiches you see in ads, like just how good it is. Like, of course, the ones in ads aren't prepared to be edible, right? But the imagination of what that would taste in its perfection.
Oh.
This is that. Like,
Interesting.
it's basically a quarter chicken sandwich, but with like some sort of spicy barbecue sauce and some jalapenos. But like it has a lot of jalapeno slices. It has like I think a strip of grilled chili, like the long one.
Jesus,
So
that's
it adds
dangerous.
like real spice instead of artificial spice. And the barbecue sauce is actually really good. And the bacon is crisp, like how you would always want it, like crisp to perfection.
Oh yeah.
In the regular chicken sandwich, they don't make the bacon crispy on purpose. But for this one, they do.
Oh, it
That
sounds
was like-
divine.
Basically, you know that Key and Peele sketch where he's fucking trapped in the hotel, eternally eating breakfast,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's crying with how good the food is. That was me. Like when I shared that gift, that was not a joke. I was I wanted to show someone that I was
And
cry
then you fell
eating.
asleep.
Oh, boys.
I resisted, but it was very difficult. Like I got one and like this is dangerous. Like I wanted to savor it, but I was scarfing it through like too fast. I'm like, oh my god. And then
Damn.
within like an hour and a half of its opening, because like order started at 11, right? And like people were already jumping on the hype. Like at 10 a.m. pa lang, they were commenting like, "Hindi, it's not available in our stores yet. You're lying."
Wow.
Like
Oh.
in an enraged panic because people can't read. But like an hour or so ish after 11 a.m., they started posting it's sold out in this store, it's sold out in that store, and like Emile said, I too have seen the sponsored ad saying that it's
Yeah.
sold out.
Yeah, I've seen it. Dang.
And dude, like when they first introduced the chicken sandwich in the Popeyes in the States, it was so popular that it was selling out so fast that people were like rioting about
Oh.
why like actual upset Americans
Amazing.
crowding the stores.
Oh man, that sounds about right though.
Yeah, so it hasn't happened here, but it at least the opening was popular enough for it to be sold out. So it officially comes out on the 18th Sunday in regular stores. The early
Today.
promo was a move by GrabFood, and I guess it worked because it sold out in stores. So yeah, I'm a hard wreck. The
Hard
U.S.
wreck.
spicy chicken sandwich from Popeye's
Nice.
Chicken.
Cool.
I'm gonna wreck it.
Nice.
That's a
Oh
good.
god. Okay.
Funny you should talk about fast food, because that's also going to be related to my rec. I've been listening to a new podcast that I've been loving so much. That's about eating the food and rating the food,
Okay.
and
This
it's
feels
called
like that
Face
you
Jam.
Face Jam.
Yeah,
Yo.
Space Jam.
because you jam the
I
fast
like Space
I'm
Jam,
sold
but
already.
just
exactly like
Jam.
Space Jam, but shoving fast
Jam
food
that
in your
food
face.
in your face.
And
Holy shit.
Does
they-
their face
it-
stretch like a cartoon?
Their first name for the podcast was supposed to be the Michael Jordan podcast because the
Oh my
hosts are
God.
Michael Jones and Jordan Swears.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's great.
They could literally call it the Michael Jordan podcast.
It probably would get better SEO, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they just transitioned to
Face Jam is
instead.
also
Took the
good.
joke to the
This
next
is also
level.
Jordan related.
Exactly. And
They could have just
that's what
named
they do.
it Michael Jordan's Face Jam.
Yeah, dude, that would
Michael
have been so
Jo-
much better.
Michael Jordan presents Michael and Jordan presents Face Jam.
Face Jam.
It's great. They go to the fast food place. They talk about like the experience. They talk about like, and they have some fun like anecdotes about it, like what the server was wearing or how they reacted when they wanted 25 of these things or whatever.
Jesus Christ.
It's one of those, huh?
Yeah, what they do is they focus on the limited stuff. Like, you know how fast food has like the
Right.
limited
Seasonal
offers.
promos.
Yeah.
yeah, I
that's
hate
what
how
they
the
do.
McRib still isn't back.
Yeah.
Been away
Oh,
for
yeah.
years.
That's it. They did the Popeye's chicken sandwich, the IHOP Elf in a Shelf menu,
Jesus
Um,
Christ.
Okay.
Arby's fish and cheddar sandwich. Ugh.
That sounds
I don't know.
delish.
Okay.
It's just great.
I'd
It's
actually
great.
try that out.
It comes out like it's not just about the food, but like their fun adventures in between getting the food, and like what they end up talking about is how they're gonna market the podcast as like, this is gonna be the Michael Jordan podcast, and like they do come out every 2 weeks. So this is the Fortnite podcast. This is going
Like
to
an
be
actual
the
definition
Fortnite.
of Fortnite.
Yeah, the actual definition of Fortnite. It's good, great, and by saying listen to Face Jam, I have participated in their Face Jam challenge, which is just telling people about Face Jam.
Oh my god.
That's a
So
challenge.
smart.
It's so good.
Is
I'm
that
fucking
like the
glad
hashtag
you showed-
Face Jam Challenge?
Yeah. They also have an Instagram where
Oh,
like
dude, that's
they
so
give
smart.
they have
I
the
challenge you to talk
Yeah.
about our show.
Wow.
It
Just
started
fucking
out
tweet the hashtag and they ask you like, "What's the challenge?" Oh, you're already in it.
That is so
they have
smart.
an Instagram.
Let me tell
There's
you.
this. It started out as a joke at first. They were like, they threw out the words "Face Jam Challenge," and then
Yeah,
like
people love
that's
that,
when,
though.
that's when you talk about Face Jam and yell it at your friends. And then it starts catching on. People start doing it, and then like
Wow.
people start sending
Holy
in
shit.
clips of like. People start sending in clips of them just yelling straight to the void. Like there's no one in front of them. They're just yelling, "Listen to Face Jam," and then
God.
thumbs up. And then there's a screenshot on their Instagram of like an Among Us character named Listen to Face Jam.
That's so good. I didn't know it could fit that many characters.
Yeah.
What the
It's great.
hell?
Anyway, Listen to Face Jam is great. I can't yell right now, so I don't know if that's part of the challenge, but Listen to Face Jam. I'm gonna wreck it.
Very nice.
Okay.
Sick.
I'll
Right.
recommend something, and
Go for
that is, I think I've recommended this before, and that
no.
is, Electric Sheep, Philip K. Dick's Electric Sheep. So it's an anthology series in Prime Video that is like their own Black Mirror, and it has these science fiction stories, and I don't know, like it's good. Like it's also star-studded, like what they did in what's that in the Twilight Zone. So
The new one?
I don't think you've
they're kinda-
recommended this before.
Yeah, they're kind of gunning in that direction. So they have that dude from Breaking Bad,
Which dude?
Heisenberg.
Heisenberg? Okay.
I
Malcolm in the
forgot
Middle
the actor's
Dad.
name. Yeah, Malcolm in the Middle Dad. They
Bryan
got
Cranston.
they got Terrence Howard for some reason.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So it's an anthology
Okay.
series. It looks
Wait.
interesting. So
The-
yeah, I would recommend that show if you're looking for interesting TV shows in Prime Video. You know, just to kind of start things different, or like watch something different there aside from your usual human-induced Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan, or human-induced Into the Badlands. So yeah, Electric Sheep. I'm not even sure if that's the that's the title, but it's
You
Philip
better
K.
look it up,
Dick's.
though.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
Do Robots Dream of Electric Sheep? Because that's the full quote, right?
Do robots dream? Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
the-
but
Do androids
They-
dream of electric
they
sheep?
they
Do
kind of
androids.
shorten it in the. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry, it's not Electric Sheep. Jesus Christ, it's Electric
Oh.
Dreams. So yeah.
Straight up, just Electric Dreams.
So yeah, Philip K. Dick's Electric Dreams, or simply Electric Dreams. So yeah, gotta wreck it.
Interesting.
Yep.
Nice.
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 If Terrence Howard's
Nice,
in
nice,
it, I'm
nice.
gonna watch it. He
Sure.
invented math.
Next time, baby.
So I guess that leaves me.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What I am going to wreck will be like this is something that I want all of us to participate in because it contains one of the featured landmarks, featured personalities of the podcast.
Yes.
So I
Our hero.
recommend The Lighthouse,
Oh.
featuring Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson. Have any of you heard of this movie,
I
The
have.
Lighthouse?
Yeah.
I've
What about you,
watched the
Raffy? What about
first.
you?
No.
The first. I watched the first 5 minutes of it. It's something.
Yeah, it's real
I'm
fucking
so-
weird, man.
No,
It's real fucking weird.
What's interesting about this is the aspect ratio that they chose for this
the
indie
aspect
film.
ratio is almost a square, dude.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it's reminiscent to
Yeah.
old movies. So it's a black
Yeah.
and white psychological horror film. So that's something,
Mm-hmm.
right?
So, just to pitch you on this, The Lighthouse is about Mr. Robert Pattinson and Mr. Willem Dafoe himself.
Sir Willem Dafoe.
Yes, Sir Willem Dafoe. Where
Hold on.
It's a night now.
no, I don't think he's a knight. Is he? Is he?
think he
is he a
is.
knight? I don't
To
think
us,
he is.
he is
I
a
don't
knight.
think he is. Yeah, yes. To
He's
the
an-
podcast, he is a knight.
Yeah.
But so Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson sign up to be lighthouse keepers for a month. And basically the movie just starts out with Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe arriving on this lighthouse in the middle of nowhere. It's like an isolated island where it's just a lighthouse. And they arrive on the island and they replace the other two lighthouse keepers that have been here for a month. So,
All right.
they need to stay here for a month and keep the wick on this fucking lighthouse, maintain it, and like maintain the whole island and shit like that. And it's just the two of them. And this entire movie is just Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson slowly going insane on this island.
More
What
insane
could
than
go
base
wrong?
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, dude. Actually, you know, the insanity levels on Willem Dafoe don't change much, to be honest. He's like insane from the get-go.
Does he just get louder or something?
He gets louder and more sensitive is what happens. But Robert Pattinson like goes crazier.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. But it's interesting, like Samson said, the aspect ratio is interesting. It's like, what is it?
Not quite 4x3, or what?
Not
It's square.
it's almost one by one.
Yeah,
It's almost one by one, I swear.
Okay.
It looks like a square. It looks like a
Perfect
square.
square.
But why?
It's almost
That's how
a
movies are
perfect
made
square.
before. So like
Yeah,
old
yeah.
ass old school movies like Nosferatu.
Okay,
or
gotcha.
But yeah.
No,
So
when you say it's a perfect square, I imagine it cuts off also on the top and bottom.
Dude, I don't know. For me, it looks like almost a perfect square, but I know it's not a perfect square. It's something. It's something. It's fully in black and white. Throughout the entire movie, you only spend time with these two characters. As in, there's a shot or two of like other side characters and shit like that. But the majority of the movie is just Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson interacting with each other.
Are there jump scares?
No, not a one.
that's actually
Not a one
nice.
jump scare.
It's all psychological.
Yeah, at least from what I'm remembering, not a one jump scare. Not a one jump scare. And I just finished that a while ago, by the way, this movie, and it's really just Willem Dafoe driving Robert Pattinson insane.
It's a
think
one-way
that's
streak.
mostly it.
It's a one-way exchange.
It's a one-way
Our
exchange.
Is this how he made the Batman?
I think this is
dude.
I think the best description is our patron saint, Sir Willem Dafoe, trying to prep Robert Pattinson for his role of Bruce Wayne in the Batman series.
Oh, dude. Yeah, basically, dude. And Robert Pattinson plays like a younger man, right? And Willem Dafoe is playing this cartoon of a sailor, like he talks like a pirate. It's yeah, and all of his insults are Davy Jones and Poseidon based.
Fuck.
It's amazing. It's amazing. There is an entire sequence where in Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe get into an argument, and Robert Pattinson throws the most basic ass insults in the world. It's like, "Yo, you're a fucker," like you're stupid, shit like that, like baby level shit. And then Willem Dafoe goes on a 5-minute rant about how Robert Pattinson is going to die at sea in the most piratey way possible.
Wow.
Like, just uninterrupted. He just goes. And I'm like, oh my god. He's not stopping. It's like, when does this insult end? Like, if you want to look forward to anything, look forward to that. Look forward to Willem Dafoe's long-winded, sailor-based insults.
Imagining him as the captain guy from Tintin.
Dude,
yeah, something
yeah.
like that.
Imagine
he's
him as
fully
the
bearded.
captain, but older and crazier.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
yep.
is it
I'm
just a
super
really
intrigued.
long bit by Willem Dafoe?
It feels like just a really long bit because it feels terribly one-sided. Like, it really feels like,
Wow.
He's in
Dude,
it for
it
the
really-
long
Sailor
game.
prank. It's a
dude, it
sailor
really
prank.
feels like Robert Pattinson was set up and like this is a prank, and Willem Dafoe's just there to make him
The
crazy.
entire
Yeah.
movie is a prank.
dude, it feels like the entire movie is a prank.
I'm
Directed
and-
by Rowan Atkinson.
I'm super sold.
Rowan
holy hell.
Atkinson.
No, I'm just joking.
Really?
I'm
Rowan
just
Atkinson.
joking.
Oh, Jesus
Oh, okay,
fucking
Jesus
Christ.
Christ. I thought, oh, God.
God.
Like, it's the weirdest thing how I got into watching this movie because one of the Cebu boys, like, for some reason, whenever I post a status, they just keep commenting the line, "Bad luck to kill a seabird." And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? Why do you guys keep saying bad luck to kill a seabird to me? And then they're like, then they start randomly sending me images of Willem Dafoe's crazy face. And I'm like, what is this? Where is this from? And then eventually I find out it's from the Lighthouse.
could have
and
led
then
to this.
Now I watched it.
So that's the origin of that photo?
Yes,
Because
that's
that's
the origin
exactly
of that
what I was
crazy
imagining
photo.
this entire time.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Crazy
It's just
Willem
crazy Willem
Dafoe.
Dafoe. So, The Lighthouse
Sounds
from
awesome.
2019. I'm gonna wreck it.
2019 pa lang. Dang.
Yep, just
Alright.
last
I'll
year.
do
Cool.
it. I'm absolutely intrigued.
Where can one watch this?
HBO Go.
God damn
or
it.
through other legitimate means, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have
I mean, I've
HBO in this
downloaded it.
country.
I've had it in legitimate means, sure.
Did
That's
you say illegitimate or illegitimate?
Oh,
you
maybe,
can
I don't
never
know.
be
We
sure.
can never be.
Next
We can never.
time.
We can never tell.
Yeah, dude.
Find out in season 3 of The Boys. But for this show, before heads explode, how do we close off? No, really, how
Social
do we
media.
close this off? If you'd like to check out more, where can people find this show? Because we are 73 episodes deep, sir.
That's pretty deep.
That's what she
Like,
said.
that's almost half the shaft.
Oh.
73.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a good trade,
I mean,
man.
it
check
could
us
be
out.
like
Trade.
146, but of what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
Does the
At
show end
Facebook.
at
On our-
146?
Facebook.com
Spotify.
/ Good
Yeah.
Trades Brigade.
There it is, Rappy. Go do it.
You can also find us on Spotify by searching for Good Trades Brigade.
Or an
And
Apple
there's also a
Podcast.
Facebook group. There is.
There is on the
There's,
Soapmeds too.
Yeah.
What was that, Rafi? On Facebook.com/
There's a Facebook.com / Good Trades Brigade. There's Facebook. There's also a Facebook group, Good Trades Brigade group. There's also a Twitter at GT Brigade, an IG at Good Trades Podcast. There's a YouTube, youtube.com / Good Trades Brigade, and finally an email. Don't send us
email?
nudes. Don't do it. We don't want the pressure. We'd
Unless
rather
you're
not.
Dole, please sponsor us, Dole.
Dole.
We've been at it since
Dole.
Wow, we're still
episode 1.
doing that. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
Dole
Dole.
and or Del Monte.
Both.
Either or.
I
Either
love
or.
your
Both.
ketchup pineapples.
If you have a test kit, there's pineapple ketchup.
No, it's just that Dole has one and Del Monte has the other.
A
I love them
combination.
both separately.
Well, there should be pineapple ketchup if you
It
ask
probably
me.
is, to be honest.
Yeah. Also, I like what Samson said. We are also on the Spotify, the iTunes, the Anchor. Rawr. Speaking of
Or
Willem,
Willem Dafoe lies.
I'm hearing that in Willem Dafoe's crazy voice. Oh.
the LimeWire, the Zune, and the Winamp. The Winamp's a good one.
And Raffy, like now that we've told them where to consume it, where to find us, how. I mean, they're listening to it right now, so they probably found us already.
Yeah.
But if they're enjoying their time and would like to become a part of the show, a part of the Federation, where would they go?
If you're interested in supporting us in keeping the lights on, if at all that compels you and that interests you, you can, and you also may go to patreon.com / Good Trades Brigade. That's correct,
And
right?
for a
Yeah.
that's absolutely correct. And for the price of a cup of coffee, you can support the show, keep the lights on, keep the hardware improving, supporting the boys during this quarantine. But first, remember, support yourself,
Yep.
especially during this quarantine.
yeah.
But
Yes.
if you have the extra disposable income to spare and you'd like to support the Federation, head on over to www.patreon.com / Good Trades Brigade. I forgot the name Patreon for a second there.
We were gonna cut
Nice.
out the pause, but then you called attention to it.
And thank you to our wonderful existing patrons who keep the show going.
May you
Who
keep
the
existing.
trades trading.
May
What?
may you keep existing.
Yeah. May you keep existing.
I thought he said may poop exist.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay.
I mean, if it weren't for poop, we'd be full of shit.
yeah.
Wait a second. What? Wait.
So
What? I had to pull up the numbers on that one. Wait a second.
Wait,
Carry the
No,
one.
if it weren't for
don't think
poop,
about it, Raffy. Don't think about it. I gotta end it now.
Oh,
Bye.
yeah.
Winamp,
it
get
going.
podcasts.
If you carry the
Poop.
one, keep it going.
poop joke.
Stop doing
it
math
go.
with your feelings.